Hello and a very good morning. You're watching Craft Price Drop. It is live at 7 a.m. So great to have your company. Hopefully you're having a lovely Easter weekend if you've got a bit of spare time. Great that you can spend a bit of it, hopefully, with us. And if you've got maybe money at Easter rather than eggs or whatever, maybe you want to spend it on Craft Price Drop today. We've got some amazing, brilliant bargains for you. And the way that Craft Price Drop works, just in case you've not seen it, we're Hochanda, obviously. And what we do is we have a falling price auction every day on the TV at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. and also online only at 11 o'clock in the morning. And what a falling price auction means is basically we show you the price that the item should be, and then basically we drop the price down in a falling price auction. The quicker you get in, the quicker you get your space in the auction. Everyone has to pay the low price plus P&P of $4.95 unless you're a Freedom Club member. More on that in just a second. Okay, now we've already got some interest in our first item because our first item is Spellbinders. Now, a lot of you love Spellbinders and love everything about them. They were the first die company I ever found and I ever saw. Now, already we've got Tracy in. And Carol as well. Hello, Carol, you're in as well, registering your interest on these Spellbinders dies. Let me explain, though, what you see on the screen during Craft Price Drop. Just like any normal show, you get the details on the screen, the item number and the description. And then underneath that, the purple box is basically the price that that item should be and has been on our website. But then the exciting bit is the white box beneath it, because that's where you start to see the price fall. Now, we honestly, and this is the God's honest truth, never know where that price is going to go, because it all depends on how many we have and how many of you come in on the auction and how quickly it gets down to zero availability. But when it gets down to zero, the auction ends and everybody then pays what will be in that box there, which will be the final low price, plus your P&P of $4.95. Now, if you are a member of the Freedom Club, which I know thousands of you are, you don't have to worry about that $4.95 P&P. But if you're not a member of the Freedom Club, then you do have to pay the $4.95 P&P. Now, yesterday, when we did the show, we didn't have anyone pay postage whatsoever. Everybody was in the Freedom Club, which was fantastic. Now, that may or may not happen today, but if you want to join Freedom so that you don't get charged P&P, then it's 888. That's your item number for Freedom membership, and it's £6.97, and that's for a month's membership, and that takes care of all your postage on Craft Price Drop, but also, of course, on ordinary Hochanda shows as well. Now, we're on, of course, Facebook too. Lots of you saying hello on Facebook. David says, hi, good morning to you. Right, let's get cracking and show you our first auction. Lots of you up early this morning. We weren't quite sure how many of you will be with us. Have a little look at our Spellbinders dies, because these are brilliant. You get 12 dies in total, and these are just reach for everyday matting and layering nesting dies from Spellbinders. So you're getting basically 6 of the fancy squares, and you're getting 6 of those decorative frames as well. Now, these very rarely would be discounted because they are a reach for must-have everyday die. Now, if you have a little look on our website, or we can actually show you the details on the screen, actually, you'll see that each set of these dies should be £23.04, making the total cost of them, if you bought them individually, of £46.08 for the 2 sets. That is our starting price. So that is not going to be what you're going to pay today. That is where our falling price begins. Let's get that price going down, and let's get you on our website. The best way to order, you can do it on the phones, or you can do it online. Online is the best way because there's never a queue there. And there can be easily a queue on our phones when we get an exciting auction like this with Spellbinders dies that are dropping down. We're down to half price, £23.08 off. Down to £23. So the best way to place your bid to get involved in the auction is to go to our website, hochanda.com, have that open on your smartphone or your tablet or whatever, or your computer, and then when you see something like you want this, you put it in your basket, you check out. Now, normally when you check out, your debit or credit card is charged there and then for what you've purchased. That doesn't happen with Craft Price Drop. It just means that you're in the auction. It means you've registered your position in the auction. And then when we get to the end of the auction, when you hear the voice go, price lock, that means that that is the price that you pay, and your debit or credit card will be charged with that straight away, okay? Everyone pays the final low price that will be in that white box when the auction closes. So at the moment, we've got a 50% saving, better than 50% off, down to £22.71 for Spellbinders dies that should be £46.08. Everyone at the moment that's coming in is a Freedom member. Annie, Jennifer, hello, Carol, Tracy, you're in as well. All of you registering, checking out, making sure you're going to get these dies for at least better than half price. £22.42 is the price at the moment for this. £22.42. How low will it go? How many have we got? This is what we don't know yet. And honestly, I don't know. My producer, Connie, this morning, she's in charge of the knobs and buttons and telling me who's on the phones and everything else. So as soon as we get the quantity on the screen, you'll get a better idea of how long this auction's going to last for. But the earlier you get in, the rule of thumb with Craft Price Drop is to get in early, because that means that you are in there. If you dilly and dally and sit thinking, oh, it's £22 now, I might go for that. That's a good price. And you and ah for too long, before you know it, the auction's over. Let's get that price going down even further. You thought it was going to stop there. I did too. Oh, no. We're not happy with just £22. We want to go even lower than that. We want £18.18 for 12 dice. 60% off the price. What a great way to start your Bank Holiday Monday, with Spellbinders dies at better than half price. 60% off. And they are great dies. If I turn them around just so you can see them in their entirety, they go down in equal distances as well, so they're great for your matting and layering. You can make inverted cards, you can make pyramid-style cards, you can use them to make wonderful frames. Here come more of the people that are involved in these auctions. Tracy, Judith, hello, you're a Freedom member as well. Barbara, you're a Freedom member. All of you are in, and all of you are going to be getting these dies, but what's the price you're going to pay? How low is this, our first auction of Bank Holiday Monday morning? How low is it going to go? £17.69 and still dropping. Jennifer's in the Wirral, Carol's in Westbury on 7, Tracy's in Louth. Everybody at the moment is a Freedom member. That's what we want. We want you to save. We don't want you to spend unnecessarily money on postage when you don't need to. Freedom membership gets you postage paid. Simple as that. And it only costs £6.97 for a whole month. And you can keep it going month after month after month, or you can just stop it after a month. You can opt out at any time you wish. Over 60% off. We're down to £16.71. One set of these should be more than what you're paying at the moment for 2 sets. We've got 13 sets left. That's how many chances there are to get these dies at the moment for £16.71. 12. They're going quickly. They're going down quickly. I wasn't sure how many of you will be up early on this Bank Holiday Monday morning, but you are. You're up. Maybe you're watching us in bed or something like that, or maybe watching us on your tablet or your smartphone. Craft Price Drop has become very much a destination for those of you that want bargains. We've got 9 spaces in the auction left. 9 sets of Spellbinders dies, 12 dies, £16.71. Now, Elaine, hello. You're in, but you're not a Freedom member. You're the first one today who'll have to pay the P&P, but maybe you don't mind that. That's fine. £4.95 P&P is what gets added to your cost when you check out if you're not a Freedom member. 7 spaces remaining. You can actually become a Freedom member and put your bid in at the same time if you want to. 888 £6.97, put that in as a purchase, and then put this item or any item in the auction into your basket and check out. You'll then be charged for your you'll then be charged for your Freedom membership, and of course the lowest price without any P&P. 6 spaces in the auction at £16.71. Is that the lowest it's going to go, or is it going to go any lower? It can't go much lower, surely. 16, that's £30 roughly off the price. Not a bad way to start the day. 5 spaces, 5 opportunities to get these 12 Spellbinders dies. 5 spaces in the auction left. At £16.62, there's now 4 left. A good way to start our Monday morning's programmes with you. Lots of highlights today to look out for. We've got our groovy one-day special, or what's left of it. We've got Joy with Joe Austin coming up in the next hour at 8 o'clock as well, and more Craft Price Drop tonight at 7 o'clock. Lots to look out for. 3 spaces left. 2. You've got the fancy squares, you've got the fancy frames, 6 of each, and they are very, very popular. £16.62 is the price that everybody's paying at the moment. There's 1 set left in the auction. Are you going to get the last one? Is it coming your way? It's gone. That's it. Auction closed. Well done. Congratulations.
Price lock.
There's that voice, Price Lock, telling you that you are now paying for those dies an incredible £16.62. How about that? Brilliant. Spellbinders dies that you'll use again and again and again at about 70% off the price. That's what we're all about here at Craft Price Drop. OK, Now, we've got lots of variety in the show today. We've got some little sacks that you can put jewellery in if you're looking to kind of present your jewellery that you make and sell it. We've got some of those coming up. We've got some more dies. We've got some stamps. And we've also got fancy pants. Not speaking personally, but we've got these. Now, these are great. These are the biggest 12 by 12 boards. These are all die-cut grey board packs. And they come in separate packs. And what they are, basically, you're going to get one that says Creative Books, one that's called Funky Freestyle, and one is a mix and match, kind of various. Now, each one should be £14.81. That's what they should be for the pack of 3, OK? So £14.43 is what you should be paying for all 3 of them. Again, we can list them. There are the individual item numbers. The Creative Books one is £14.81. So is the Funky Freestyle, and so is the Mix and Match board. £14.81 each, coming to a grand total of £44.83 for the lots. But we are Craft Price Drop, and we are bringing in the quantity straight away, so this is probably going to be quite a quick auction, I would have thought. We've only got 17 sets of these, so we're not expecting this to be around for long. Let me just kind of talk you through what you've got. They do pop out, so, and also, because they're all the same colour, they're a little bit awkward to see sometimes. The idea behind all these grey board sentiment or elements are, you pop them out, you paint them, you cover them, you do whatever you want with them, basically. You can add your texture pastes to them, you ink them, you can glitter them, you can glue them, you can put them onto notice boards, you can put them onto walls, you can decorate chests and that sort of thing with them as well. Great for your scrapbooking too. But all these elements, you've even got a crown there that you can make. You've got hearts, you've got little diamonds and various shapes as well. So basically they're die-cut elements in grey board, which are incredibly strong and durable. So that's the first set there. The second set, these are all different, by the way. This is your creative book. So there are the elements that make up the book, and you've got various little additional flourishes and swirls and elements that you can use there, of course, as well. Then we go on to these elements, which are, you've got little arrows and hearts and butterflies and sprigs of holly, crowns as well. Then the last one are basically pages and elements for your books as well. So that's that one. That's that set of 3. And then the other one, which is the mix and match, that's all down here, I believe. So some of these have just kind of popped out. They all just fall out very, very easily. But they are incredibly strong and durable grey board. But all these elements just pop out very, very easily indeed. You don't need to get your craft knife out or anything like that. I'll just pop one of these out for you just to show you. There we are. Look. It really just pops out very, very easily. Circles and rectangles and little brackets as well. There's tons in here. You can have an awful lot of fun. So we've got the creative books, we've got the funky freestyle, and we've got the mix and match. We've only got 13 sets of these left now, remember. Only 13, and they should be 43. Let's get that price dropping massively. Let's get it down. Let's have a big price plummet. We're taking it down by £30. Wow. £30 off. £14.43 down to £14.50. Basically, you're getting all 3 sets of these for the price of one. And they do come packaged. They don't come loose like this. They do come in kind of Perspex containers. So if you wanted to split the 3 as gifts to people, you could do that easily. £14.50, less than a £5 per pack when they should be £14.80 each. 12 sets is all we have left. This is requiring your imagination. These are the blanks. You can then decorate them, ink them, colour them, cover them, whatever you want to do with them, however you're going to use them. Whether it's with projects that you've got in mind to decorate, whether it's walls or rooms that you want to decorate, or doors. Or it could be, again, furniture that you want to kind of upcycle a little bit. But you can make your creative book from scratch with this. Make it into a photo album, make it into a crafting journal if you want to. There's no end to what you can do when you've got these elements like this. And remember, these will take all those different products that you like to use. Whether it's liquid, whether it's inks or paints, or whether it's texture paste, whatever it might be, you can go to town on grey board. And it will take it and it will love it, and it will look fantastic. Just have a bit of fun with it. We've got 10 sets of these grey board kits left. 10 sets left. 694 281 your item number. The price is still going down, though. You're paying less than you should be paying for one set, but you're getting all 3 of them. I don't know how many elements there are, but there's probably a good 100, maybe even more than that. There you've got a couple of words, for example. And you've got twisted arrows as well. Now it's £4.20 per set of grey board elements. So you've saved in a region of £32 just by watching us this morning and going for these right now. The secret and the trick to taking part in Craft Price Drop is to put it in your basket and check out. I know a lot of people put it in their basket thinking, oh, I've got one reserved. That's me reserved in my basket. No, 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 no. It's not like when you go around the supermarket, take it off the shelf and put it in your basket. That's yours. No one's having that. No, it's not like that. You have to check out. When you check out, that confirms your place in the auction. If you haven't checked out, you haven't actually registered yourself in the auction at all. So that's how it works, and you won't be charged until you check out and until the auction ends. Everyone pays the final low price that will be in that white box when we get to the end of the auction. At the moment, though, it's $11.35 for 3 sets. They should be over £14 each. We're plummeting again, and we've still got 8 sets left. Another plummet, under a tenner. Wow, under £10. That's about $3.33 per set for these grey board shapes. Grab them now. Even if you're not sure what you're going to do with them, you can have fun decorating them and using them in all sorts of ways. Every person that buys these will use them in a different way, that's for sure. $9.98, we're down to the last 6 sets. I don't know if we've got the plastic packaging just to show you how they come. I'll just show it to you, because if you are wanting to kind of gift them as gifts and you're thinking, oh, well, they don't come very nicely packaged, they do come in like blister packs, just like this. Thank you, dear. So there we are, look, they all come in something like that, so you can actually separate them and gift them individually if you want to. $9.98, we've got 4 left. Next 4 of you on the phones or on the line, on the website, on the line, online, on the website. Hochanda.com, that's the way to go. That's the website to go to. Put it in your basket and check out. Otherwise, if you want to call us for any of the auctions, if you haven't got internet, maybe you're in a place where you haven't got internet or something like that, you can purchase online and on the phones as well. 01733 797 100 is the phone number, okay? You can sometimes get in a queue there, and sometimes you'll miss the end of the auction if you are in a queue, so always the website is best. We've got 1 set of these shapes left in grey board. 1 set at £9.98. I think that's where the price is going to end. Under a tenner when it started at nearly 45 is an amazing craft price drop. And it's gone. Pauline got the last one.
Price lock.
You're all locked. You're all paying that final low price of just £9.98. And I think there was one person that wasn't a Freedom member, but everybody else was, I believe. So no one apart from one of you is paying the P&P, because Freedom members don't have to. Freedom membership, 88888, £6.97, gets you your postage paid, not only on craft price drop shows, but on Hochanda general shows as well. Right, now, then moving on. Moving on to embossing. I always think embossing folders are the unsung hero of craft. I really do, because you can do so many things with them. And these in particular are even more impressive than the norm, because what you've got with these embossing folders is 3D embossing. So you've now got a mid-ground, a foreground and a background, so they've got more depth than ever before. But these from Spellbinders are double-sided embossing folders. So you're actually getting 2 patterns for the price of 1. They're reversible, and if I just show you how that works, I'll just take this one here, for example. Basically, you've got a hinge on the top of the embossing folder. This pattern here, there is your positive, and underneath it, there is your negative. But if you flip it over, you then have a completely separate pattern. How about that? So if that one isn't really kind of what you're after, look, flip it over, you've then got a totally different pattern. So 2 embossing patterns on each embossing folder, and each set was £7.58. That's what they started life at, and that's what they should be. And, you know, these are some of the latest generation embossing folders, because A, they're 3-dimensional, which is only something that's been out for a little while, plus they are double-sided. So have a little look at the packaging, because that shows you the different embossing patterns that you've got with each of these folders. 2 in each one, and they should be $37.92. So there's the next design. One side, one pattern, flip it over, the other side, another pattern. There's the next. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 embossing folders from Spellbinders. Should be $37.92 it should be. Think about what you'll be embossing. We've got embossed foil card here, mirror card, which looks amazing. You can emboss virtually anything. You can emboss craft metal, you can emboss craft card, you can emboss Centura pearl, you can even emboss things like leather as well. There's just so much you can do, and so many effects that you can create and add to your embossed images as well. Let's get those prices down, let's get those arrows flashing. What was it someone said to me yesterday? When those arrows are flashing, the price is crashing. Love it. £22.74 is where we're plummeting to, down from £37.92. So you've got a £15 reduction. £15 off straight away for all these 5 Spellbinders double-sided 3D embossing folders. There's an A and there's a B. There's a yin and there's a yang. They are all just brilliant, and they were designed to go through any, size permitting, any die cutting machine, whether it's a manual, whether it's an electronic. You know your sandwich that you use for embossing folders, that's a sandwich you would use for these as well. So you've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, you've got 10 different designs, because you've got 5 folders, each of them double-sided, and all of them 3D embossing folders. Lots of interest coming through on the phones for these. £22.52 is where we're at the moment, £15 off. Everybody is a Freedom member at the moment who's shown an interest in this. All of you are putting them in your basket and checking out. That's the way to do it. And the earlier you do it in the auction, the quicker you can just sit back in bed or sit back in your favourite armchair and go, I've got a set of those coming, but I don't know what I'm paying yet because it's still going down. It's still going down now. £22.08 is where we're at the moment. £15 roughly off. How much is that per set? £4.41 per embossing folder is where this is at the moment. You'd spend a £5 for a basic embossing folder. This is not a basic embossing folder. 2 patterns in one, 3D embossing capabilities as well, which if you're not quite sure what that means, it just means you've got a lot more depth to the embossing. Foreground, midground, background. So it makes it really kind of dance and pop and come alive. Whether you're adding your gilding waxes to what you've embossed, whether you're sanding it back on Coordination's card, whether you're inking it, whatever you're doing, whatever technique you're using, embossing creates marvellous backgrounds. Not just backgrounds. I mean, some of these embossing folders would make a fantastic card front and just left like that, with a bit of, you know, added detail or added ink or gilding wax on it. That's sometimes all you need. I love that one, actually. That one there that we're looking at the moment, really lovely. Both of those patterns I love. One side's one pattern, flip it over. The other side's the other pattern. £20.49. Gets you at the moment all 5 embossing folders. We are busy on this Bank Holiday Monday. Maybe you don't normally have this time on a Monday to spend watching TV, but you've got a bit of time on your hands this morning. You're thinking, you know what, I fancy getting myself a bargain on Craft Price Drop. Under £20 now. We've broken that £20 barrier. We're down to £19.88, nearly half price. Virtually half. Actually, we are at half price, aren't we? Yeah. Fancy those? Fancy having those in your craft room? Or are you looking for 5 presents for other people? Maybe you are going somewhere later in the week and you want to take them an Easter gift, but you're not really into chocolate, or... Well, this is a great affordable way of giving people quality embossing folders, or getting yourself quality embossing folders. Grab it for yourself at £19.88. We've got 17 sets, so we've got a few more of these available, which is great. So hopefully enough to go around this morning. But this is going quickly now when people realise the value for money and what you've got. And remember, nothing complicated. All you have to do, literally, fold the embossing folder one way, it gives you one pattern. Fold it the other way, it gives you the other pattern. And you've got the deboss and you've got the emboss. Whichever you want to use is entirely up to you. Who's not a Freedom member? Stacey, Tracy, Sophie. Oh, right, I got there, sorry. Sophie, you're not a Freedom member. Maybe you want to be. Otherwise, you're paying £4.95 postage. But if you're not bothered with that, then that's fine. It's up to you. Everyone's different. But we would love you not to pay postage, and that's what Freedom really primarily is there for. You get Freedom prices on lots of things, membership badge, monthly magazine, and also, of course, no postage paid on any Hochanda show or any Craft Price Drop show either. Let's get another drop in. Where's it going to go this time? £18.49. And we have 11 spaces in this auction, 10 spaces in the auction now. That's all we have at £18.49. That is about £3.60 per embossing folder at the moment. £3.65 for an embossing folder that's 3D and double-sided is blooming good. Very good. 9 spaces in the auction left. You're saving a lot. You're saving nearly £20 off the price. Only 8 spaces in the auction remaining now. 8 sets of these Spellbinders embossing folders remain. And they will go through, size permitting, any embossing machine and die cutting machine that's out there. They are basically 7 by 5 apart from one of them. That one there is slightly smaller, but all the others are 7 by 5 in size. Better than half price now, £18.49. Yeah, we're under half price. 6 spaces. 6 sets. That's all we have to go on this Bank Holiday Monday. Fancy embossing? Maybe you don't do an awful lot of embossing, or maybe you've only just really started to get into it. Maybe you've seen a few of our shows where there's been demonstrations. You thought, oh, I didn't know I could do that with an embossing folder. There's so much you can do with them, and there's so many things you can emboss as well. Even things like crafting balsa wood, you can emboss that. Leather, Felt has been embossed. I've seen that done before. So there's lots of ways of using embossing folders and lots of techniques you can use. Only 4 sets left now. 7:25 on Bank Holiday Easter Monday. Good morning to all of you that are taking part in the show. Elizabeth, Tracy, you've put this in your basket. You've checked out. Patricia, Denise, you've got your set already. Rosie and Heather, all of you at the moment, apart from one person, a Freedom member, not having to pay the postage. One left, one set left. I was leaning on the counter and they move it and I thought, oh, I'm going to go. That would have been funny, wouldn't it? Just, one set left and it's gone. Congratulations, everyone.
Price locked.
It's price locked at... What did you pay? £18, 27 pence. That is the final low price that everybody pays. Only one person has to pay the postage because you work in the Freedom Club, but there you go. Right. Now, these have been on before. Sometimes we get brand new things. That was a brand new selection of embossing folders from Spellbinders. These have had a history on Craft Price Drop. They've been on air before. Now, the lovely thing about doing this sort of job is we can go back to our suppliers and say, they were so popular, can we get some more, please? And very often they'll say, yeah, of course. Sometimes they say, sorry, no, we've sold out, or we haven't got it anymore, or whatever. But these we've been able to get back, which is great. They were historically very popular before. You've got 16 dies. We've been able to get them back in stock here at Craft Price Drop from just right. £33 starting price, and look at them. They are fantastic dies. They're gorgeous quality, and they're gorgeous shapes as well. And don't think that that's just one die. Oh, no, not at all. Look, if I just lift these up, you can see you've got various elements. And the more dies you've got, the more variety and the more varied you can use them. So you've got outside cutting edges. If you don't want to use those because they're too big for your project, you've got a slightly smaller, fancy oval frame. Then you've got a couple of oval matting and layering frames, which are slightly different sizes. And then you've got a little dotty oval in the centre there as well. So you've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 dies in this set alone, and then you've got that lovely word which just basically says hope. Then you have, in the middle, a further 3 oval dies and the word joy. And then the last set you're getting, totally different again. You've got that word hello, and then you've got, this could be made into a really lovely, like a Victorian mirror. That would look lovely, wouldn't it? With maybe some mirrored card in the centre of it. Karina, you're already in. You're getting in very early. You know it's going to drop, and you want to get in without missing out. And then you've also got some scalloped edges ovals there as well. So these are really handy dies to have in different sizes. And you can layer them all together in different coloured cardstock, as that packaging is showing you there. And it looks incredibly beautiful. That in the middle of a card is just the business. Whether it's horizontal, vertical, you know, landscape, portrait, doesn't matter. It's going to look great. £33. Now, we've got a full page to show you because they were different prices, and they are different prices because there's different dies and quantities, obviously, in each pack. You've got £12 for the oval frame decorative, you've got £9 for the Joy oval frame, and you've got £12 for the Hope oval frame. Hello, Joy and Hope. £33 is what they were and what they are on our website, but we are going to bring them into Craft Price Drop to give you a bargain. We've got 31 sets of these. We were able to get quite a good quantity of them, bearing in mind they did sell out, and they are going very quickly. Lots of you are getting in and registering, putting them in your basket, checking out. 30 left now, and let's get that price down. Let's get those arrows flashing, get that price crashing. I do like that. £24. £24 down from 33, so £9 off, just like that. About 30%. 30% off. It's almost like you're getting the Joy one for nothing now, isn't it? Yeah. 25 sets. Now, all of these ovals are slightly different in their design, slightly different in their size, but they make wonderful apertures if you want to have an oval aperture in your card. Obviously, those dies will cut out that shape. You've then got the positive and the negative that you can use in another project. You can mat and layer using these as well, as the packaging is showing you, in different colour-coordinated cardstocks, and they'll look amazing. They are £24 for all 3 of them, and we have 17 sets left at the moment. Only 17 remaining, and we started at 31 or 32. And that wasn't that long ago. That was only about a minute and a half ago. We knew these were popular. They've been popular before. We've got them back for you. No guarantee we can get them again. 5 dies in there. They're all labelled, as you can see, and they're designed to nest on top of each other, whether you put foam pads behind them or 3-dimensional glue, or equally, you can just use them individually as a single die. You don't have to use them all together if you don't want to. It's all about versatility. I mean, that as a card blank, just as an unusual shape, would be lovely. You could put a topper on it. You could stamp a sentiment or a verse on it as well if you wanted to. That's just just using the outside cutting edge. Equally, if you don't want to use that, that's too big, why not just use that decorative frame? That would stay in the cardstock. And then you've also got all these other various different sizes of ovals, some that have got little perforation details on, some that are just straight-sided. And you've got those words as well. They're completely independent. Hope, joy and hello, all included in there. 14 sets left. Did your alarm go off at 7? Did you wake up early like I did? Trouble sleeping maybe? Let's give you another drop. Let's give you another reason to either pick up the phone or go online, put it in your basket. Where's it going? 19.89, under £20. Connie, my producer, she laughs every time it drops down. It's like she's surprised as well. She's in control of it. But we can see that we've got 14 places, 14 opportunities to get these dies home. When it gets to zero, wherever that price is, that's the final price, and that's the price that everybody pays. This price that it goes to may be different to what it went to last week or the week before, because it all depends on how quickly we get to zero availability. So the prices need never be the same twice. They could be, but they may not be. They probably won't be. 01733 797 100 if you want to go on the phones to place your bid. The operator will take your order on that number. It's different to our normal number, 01733 797 100. But please be aware, very often there are queues on the phones. And if there is, and you miss the end of the auction, well, that's it. You've missed out. Whereas online, putting them in your basket, there's never a queue. Pop it in, check out, debit or credit card handy. 8 spaces left. Lots of you have gone for these. 27, 28 of you have got them already. There's 7 opportunities left at £19.89 for all of those dies. Joy, hope and hello with all those ovals. 6 spaces in the auction, 6 spaces left. Be quick, don't miss out. I would hate for you to miss out on these. One of our most popular auctions of the hour so far. 5 spaces left. It's going fast. Don't think you've missed out. There's still chances for you to put it in your basket and check out. Hello to Carol. New bidder Elizabeth. Hello Elizabeth, Barbara, you're here, and Tracy, you're in as well. All of you placing your bids this morning, and all of you at the moment are going to be paying £19.89, or are you? Will it go down more, or is it going to stay there? 4 spaces, it's gone down to £19.80. 4 spaces left, 3 spaces left, £19.80 is where it's looking. It may stay, I don't know. 3 chances to get all of these dies. 2 chances now, they're going quickly. £33 worth of value for under 20, and dies that have been historically incredibly popular. None of what we're showing you in Craft Price Drop are items that haven't sold. They've all been popular either here or somewhere else, but it's just an opportunity to save a bit of money and clear the decks and make new spaces for new things. 1 set left. Who's going to get the last one at £19.80? Is it you? Are you putting it in your basket now? Are you checking out? Carol's got the last one. Congratulations, Carol.
Price lock.
Everybody pays £19.80, and I think, were there 1 or 2 of you that weren't Freedom members? Literally a handful of you today haven't been Freedom members, which means you pay the P&P. Pretty much everyone, with 1 or 2 exceptions. If you're not a Freedom member, you pay your postage of £4.95 per item, but if you are a Freedom member, you can ignore the postage. You will not be charged. Whatever that price rests at, the lowest price, that's what you pay, and that's your delivered price. Hello to Nancy. Hi, Nancy. In Boston, in America. Oh, wow. Not Boston, Lincolnshire. Boston, in America. Hey, and it's 2 in the morning there, so you're having a late night. I'm having an early morning. Great to know you're there. And by the way, you can take part in our shows as well. If you're in America, if you're in Europe, we do deliver to the States. We do deliver across Europe as well. Have a look on our website, Hochanda.com, and it will show you how you can become a Freedom member in different countries, and also how you can buy in dollars and euros and all those sort of things. Okay, great. Now, talking about popular brands, as we have been, Spellbinders, Just Right, that's coming up. Imagination Crafts, Sue and the team, we love Imagination Crafts, and you do as well. And we've got some embossing folders from them for you today as well. Now, these start life at £37. Now, you've got lots of different sizes here in these, so let's run through them. The 2 big ones are your A4. So you will need, obviously, a bigger machine like a Gemini or a Grand Caliber or a Big Shot to put those through. So there are your 2 A4 embossing folders, and you've got lovely patterns on them. You've got like a lattice crisscross pattern, but they're different shapes. One is angular, one's diamond shaped, like this one, which if I angle it in the light you can see. And then the other one is slightly more curvy diamonds. That's almost like a wire mesh or a wire fence, whereas the other one's more of an angular crisscross. So you've got those two patterns which make wonderful backgrounds. And then the other embossing folders that you've got, let's start this end first of all. So they don't necessarily have to be backgrounds. These are 10 by 15 in size, centimetres. You've got the beautiful daisies in the field, very spring-like, which is appropriate. Next to that, you've then got these gorgeous flourishes. Again, will make wonderful backgrounds. These are lovely. And then the other two that you've got on the other side, again, slightly different sizes. That size is... This one is... doesn't say a size on that. Is that 10, 15? No, 5 by 7. That's a 5 by 7 inch. That one is called Summer Days. And then this one, slightly smaller, you've got those wonderful vines and petals and leaves in the background as well. That's a 10 by 15 again, OK? Right, so one 7 by 5, the other's a 10 by 15 apart from the A4s. So 3 different sizes. You get 2, 4, 6 embossing folders, and they start life at £37. That is the price you should be paying for all of these Imagination Crafts folders. We're busy already. Lots of interest from people coming in on these, people who love Imagination Crafts. £37 is where we begin, not where we end. Let's get that price crashing. Let's get the arrows flashing and the price crashing. That's becoming my favourite saying. I like that. £37. That was Nigel yesterday who said that to me. £24. £13 slashed off the price. Slashed. It's a good word, isn't it? Slashed. £13 off. £24 is all you have to pay for these for 6. So that's basically... How much is that? It's £4. Yeah, £4 per embossing folder, if you kind of split them evenly. £23.86 and falling. One 7 by 5 embossing folder, 3 10 by 15s, and 2 A4s. And they work, as you can, I'm sure, appreciate, very simply. It's basically a folder, a very good quality plastic folder that's got a raised section and an indented section. And basically the raised section sandwiches into the indented section, which creates the emboss on the cardstock. So if you like working with A4, these are going to be fantastic. And you've got that lovely curved diamond shape on that one, the angular diamond shape on this one. Again, as I said before, you will need your bigger die-cutting machines for these to work, obviously, because they are A4 in size. Those are the 2 big ones. I'd pay that sort of price for both of those, to be honest, £10 each, probably. But let's get the price down for even lower, even better value, even lower prices on Craft Price Drop. Here we go. Where's it going? £18.40p. Wow, that's an amazing drop. That is half price. Lower than half price for all 6 of these embossing folders. You have got instructions on the back of the packaging as well if you're new to embossing, if you're a new crafter and you're taking advantage of Craft Price Drop and you're thinking, well, I don't know what to do with them, but they look good. There are instructions on the back of the packaging, but they're pretty self-explanatory. Just put some cardstock in them, run them through your machine. The pressure of the rollers gives you the impression from the folder. Easy as that. And then you can sand it back, you can gilding wax it, you can do whatever you want with it. Or just leave it embossed. Sometimes just purely embossed and left alone looks fantastic. It really does. And I love the fact you've got backgrounds, but you've also got some pictures on here, like those flowers. That could be a very attractive front of a card. Just left like that. Maybe some Chirapur cardstock or some mirrored cardstock. That would look lovely with that embossed impression on it. They're all wonderful quality embossing folders from Imagination Crafts. And that price is still going down. £37, it's now better than half price. We're under 18 now at £17.98 for 6 embossing folders. Don't let them slip through your fingers. We are having a very busy Bank Holiday Monday. I wasn't sure how busy we'd be this morning. If I'm on a day off for a bank holiday, I don't wake up till like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. So I thought, oh, it's going to be busy. No, you're awake. You're up. Maybe you set your alarm every day to see what's on Craft Price Drop, because the prices are ridiculously affordable. They're such great value. Another plummet on top of that one that we just had. Another one's coming. £12.68. That's nearly 70%, 66% to be accurate, off the price. Oh my goodness. What a bargain. One of the best bargains of the morning so far. £12.68 for all 6 embossing folders. And remember, you don't have to put A4 in an A4 embossing folder. You could put a little bit of card in there. You don't have to use them as the full size all the time. Let's look at them again. There's the butterfly trail. Wonderful flourishes at the bottom corner and the top corner of that one. So that's leaving you space to maybe put an embellishment or 2 or a sentiment or something like that in the middle of it. Do with them what you will. Just experiment, have a play with them. You can also put ink in them as well. You can use them like letter presses. Lots of people do that now. Let's show you how many we've got. We've got, now this is great. We've got quite a big quantity here. Brilliant news. So there's less chance you're going to miss out on this. But there's that urgency. They are going quickly, as you can see. 41 was on the screen 10 seconds ago. Now it's 36. 5 of you have come in then. Order it on the website is always my suggestion to you. Whether it's on your phone, whether it's on your tablet, whether it's on your laptop, whether it's on your PC. Most of us these days have got internet access wherever we go. So hopefully, even if you're on the bus going to work or going to the swimming baths or something like that, you can have a little look and see what's going on your phone. And you can place your bid by literally going to hochanda.com. That's the website you need to go to, hochanda.com, put it in your basket, check out. That's you registered, that's you in the auction. And then just sit and watch that price go down. It's still going down. It's under £12. £37 is where it started. £11.94. We've only got 21 left. We've had 20 bids in the last minute or two. Since we put the quantity on the screen, 20 of you have come through. 21 remaining, £11.94, 2/3 off the price. Embossing folders, fab to have. And these are really good ones that you'll reach for all the time. They're not kind of specific, you'll just use them once in a blue moon. They're really useful. We've got 9 left out of 41 that we put on the screen literally 2 minutes ago. They're going fast. 7 left now. 7 remaining spaces in the auction for 6 incredible embossing folders from Imagination Crafts. Sue and the team, there's 4 remaining. 3, here they're going fast. Congratulations if you got them. Where's that price going to end? Is it going to stop at £11.94? There's 1 left, I think that's the final price then. Last one going at £11.94. Going, gone. Congratulations everyone. Ooh.
Price lock.
Price locked. You're right. Good. Price locked at £11.94. Just drop them all, so it doesn't matter. £11.94. No P&P if you're a Freedom member, because we take care of postage for you if you're a Freedom member. Now, it's not the most romantic thing in the world to show, but every crafter needs this and needs as much of it as they can get their hands on. It's one of those things, a bit like glue. You need it, but you begrudge having to pay postage on it. You begrudge having to pay full price for it, but you need your double-sided Wonder Tape. This is from Justin and Be Creative. Justin and Gordon, they're here later, actually, with a brand new product, I understand, this afternoon. Watch out for that. But this is 10 rolls of 24mm Wonder Tape. Now, that's the width. So it's basically nearly 2.5 centimetres. Now, each roll should be £2.95. And it is proper, good quality, double-sided adhesive tape. Because normally, double-sided adhesive tape can be usually a lot thinner than this. So this is really super-duper wide, 24mm. And I haven't got the length of it on here, but there's a lot, as you can probably see. And they should be £2.95 a roll. And basically what you do is obviously stick this down onto your card or whatever, and then with your craft pick or whatever you've got to hand, pull the top bit off, and then it leaves you with double-sided adhesive. So you can use that for obviously sticking your matting and layering down. You can also use it, of course, for things like glitter. If you've got a glitter border, you can cut into it. If it's too wide, you can make it thinner, make it go a lot further. But you get 10 rolls. That's a big stack. I mean, would you normally buy 10 together? Probably not. You probably maybe buy 1 and 1 as a spare, because, you know, £3.95 each or £2.95 each. Yeah, you wouldn't spend that sort of money on tape in one bundle, would you? We've got queues on our phones. 2-minute queues. That's what I did warn you about. 01733 797 100. If you're in a queue, hopefully you'll get answered before the auction ends. Otherwise, you'll miss the auction. So online's always best. We are reducing the price of a crafter's must-have item, finger lift tape, by half price. We've reduced 50% off something every crafter needs and every crafter buys. The queues now have gone up to 3 minutes. Everyone wants the Wonder Tape. Everybody wants to save half price. If you're in the queue, our operators will go as quickly as they can through the calls to make sure they answer as many to get in before the auction ends. But the best way and the queue-free way is hochanda.com, the website. Put it in your basket. Check out. That confirms your purchase. And then you know at the end of the auction, your debit or credit card will be charged only with the price that's in the white box when it ends. I think that price is going to go lower. I don't think it's going to stop here at £14.75. And I don't know what sort of quantity we've got of this. You're going to get 10 rolls of this Wonder Tape. Named that by Gordon and Justin because it's wonderful stuff. It's really good quality stuff. So for matting and layering, Construction, possibly. We normally say the red super liner tape for that sort of thing, but this is really tough, strong adhesive tape. It really is. Double-sided, 10 rolls, £14.75 is where we're at the moment. Let's show you how many we've got. We've got quite a big stock of this, 68 sets. That's good, really good. 68 units of this we have remaining. But if we've got a 3-minute queue on the phones, and that was the start of the auction, so it's probably going to get bigger, it may not be around for that long. Everybody needs this, everybody uses it on a day-to-day basis. Everybody who makes cards, everybody who does scrapbooking, everybody who constructs needs double-sided tape. Use it for your fancy decoration with glitter, embossing powders, that sort of thing. But also, of course, just for purely sticking things down. When you want to have a professional finish, maybe get a little bit of doweling or something like that and just put these on a doweling rod and hang them in your craft room so they're always there for you. 10 rolls, we're down to 57. 57 of these sets of Wonder Tape remaining. 10 rolls of 24mm wide. It's got a history of being very, very popular. It's very, very popular today already. Remember, highlights for this morning on Bank Holiday Monday, we've got Joy Crafts from the Netherlands coming up at 8 o'clock with Joe Austin. We've got our one-day special, or what's left of it, because virtually all of it sold out last night. That's going to be at 9 with Groovy and Linda Williams and Matt. Stan Penders at 10, and another online craft price drop at 11 o'clock, which is on craftpricedrop.com. So if you like the idea of this, the concept of this, and you want to see it again a bit later on, or see another show, I think Matt's doing the one at 11 o'clock online, craftpricedrop.com in about 2... Was Charlie doing it this morning? Is it okay? Charlie's doing it this morning. Oh yeah, Matt's on holiday. I just realised. If he's watching, he's probably having kittens thinking, I'm not in, am I? Right, now, we've dropped again to 1347. 1347, 47 of these remaining now. 10 rolls of double-sided Wonder Tape. Superhero Wonder Tape. 45 left, 43 left now at £13.47. Better than half price. We're going to go down again, are we? The arrows are flashing. The price is crashing. Where are we going? £12. No way. £12.35. Wow. That's £1.23 a roll. It started life at £2.95 a roll. This is everyday, desirable, must-have crafters double-sided tape. As I say, not the most romantic thing in the world. It's what you need. It's what you need for everyday crafting to make your projects look great, for matting and layering. 36 spaces in the auction. Maybe share these with a friend. Actually, yeah, I mean, how many people craft on their own? Lots of people craft with their best friends or members of the family. Maybe you've got like a craft group that gets together once a week or once a month, and you're always running out of double-sided tape, or someone always forgets to bring theirs, that old chestnut. Can I borrow yours? Well, here you go. You've got 10 rolls that you can take with you. Everyone will have a roll themselves. £12.35. It's £1.23 per roll. From Be Creative and Justin and Gordon, £1.23 a roll. 27, 24 now, 24 sets left. We started with, was it 61? 68 we started with. Down to 24, so lots of you have come in on this one. One of our busiest auctions. Busy, busy, busy. 2-minute queue still on the phone. Now, this is dangerous territory. If you're in the queue and you've got to wait 2 minutes, are we going to be on this auction for 2 more minutes? There's 21 left. If that goes to 0 in the next minute, auction over. If you're on that queue and you're at the end of the queue, you'll miss out. Teresa, Joanne, everyone at the moment, I believe, is a Freedom member. Mary isn't. Oh, Mary. I don't like you paying postage. No, £6.97 Freedom membership, no postage to pay. Makes sense. Because you'll come back probably again later today or tomorrow and the next day and buy something else. You know, it only takes 2 purchases and you've more than paid for your Freedom membership. 2 4.95s is £9.90. Freedom membership's only £6.97. So, you know, you only have to buy 1.5 things and you pay for your Freedom membership to get postage paid. 14 left now. 13 left now. Hello, Angela. Hello, Lynn in Trowbridge. Mary in Ashdown-under-Lyne. Hannah-Law. That's a nice name. Hannah-Law in Hull. Don't recognise that name. Are you new, Hannah-Law? Frida Leah in Sheffield. Lovely names. Christine in Tenterton. Marilyn in Plymouth. 5 sets left of this fantastic Wonder Tape. 3 to go. At £12 we're at now. £12. Is that going to be the closing price? I think it might be. £1.20 a roll. You've got a bargain. You really, really have. 2 left. 1 set left. If you're in the queue on the phones and you're not being answered, I really do apologise. Get on the website. It's gone at £12. Congratulations.
Price lock.
Cynthia, you got in by the skin of your teeth. You got the last set. Brilliant. Coming up to 10 to 8, we're live on Bank Holiday Monday on Hochanda. Nice to have your company. It is, as the telly tells you, craft price drop every day at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. We're live on your telly box 7 days a week, even at bank holidays. And there's an online special. Charlie's doing that today at 11 o'clock this morning. That's craftpricedrop.com. It won't be on hochanda.com. It's craftpricedrop.com if you want to take part in the online one. And we'll have different products in it to what we've had in the show today. But that's every day at 11 on your smartphone, on your tablet, on your computer. OK, now Just Right stamps. I promised you some of those. These are brand new to us, and they always remind me of a little bit of Spellbinders, to be honest, because the packaging is very similar. What you've got is luxury all the way with these stamps. They are absolutely gorgeous, and they obviously give you this aperture in the middle, which you could again maybe put a sentiment in. You could die cut it with a die shape that you've got already, or you can hand write something in there if you want to. You could put maybe a picture in the middle of them if you wanted to. You get 3 of those, and then you get one beautiful fleur-de-lis background stamp, which is that one just there. Let me show you the size of them. Huge. Absolutely huge. They're about 4.5 by 5 3/4. Yeah. That's the size of them. Now, they are already foam-mounted for you. So all you've got to do, quite simply, is peel them off and stick them on your acrylic blocks. That's as easy as it gets. And then when you're not using them, put them back on here, because the carrier sheet has been designed to go into ring binders for storage. Very cleverly done. And also it shows you on the pattern on the front exactly what your stamp will do. So great for texture if you want to use your pastes and all those sort of things, but also great for your inks as well. So that's the first one. The second one is this one just here. Really fancy, very kind of Baroque in its look. It looks good that way. It looks equally good that way. I turn it round. Look at the detail. Deeply etched rubber. And you can use rubber stamps in so many more ways than you can polymer stamps. You can use these with all of your heated mediums as well. It's not going to melt the rubber at all. So that's the second one. Third one, again, it works portrait or landscape, either way. Beautiful detail. And even if you just want to use maybe some of the swirls, you don't necessarily want to use the whole thing. Just maybe you've got a corner of a canvas that you want to add a bit of texture and a bit of a pattern to. Just use the corner of it. Use it with your hands rather than putting it on an acrylic block all the time. You just do that sort of thing. So you just get little texture. He only does that all the time, and it works really well. But equally, if you want to put it on a big block and stamp out the whole shape, you've got that option to do it as well. And then the last one here, similar to the other but different, is this one. £58.41 should be the price for all 4 of them. Let the music build up the drama. £58.41, and let's get those arrows down, and let's get the price down to £29.79. £29.79 from £58.41. That's nearly a £30 saving and £30 off on Craft's price drop this morning. I think this could be our last auction. Oh no, we might get one more in. We'll have to see. Depends on how many we've got and how quickly we go down to 0. £29.79 for all 4 of these big rubber stamps. Remember, they are size-wise 5 3/4 inches by 4.5. So they are big. They're pre-foamed for you. So all you've got to do is put them on your blocks or use them, block-free if you want. That will work. Lots of you do that, I know. £29.57. Hochanda.com, that's the way. It says on there, bid online now. And when we say bid, all you've got to do basically is put it into your basket and check out. That is what we call bidding, because basically everyone will pay the final low price that will be in that box when the stock gets to 0. No one will pay £29.57 because that is not the final price, I know that. £58.41, that will not be charged. Even if you came in when that said £58.41 in the box, nope. Everyone pays the final low price when the price is locked down. But only then. No one's debit or credit card is charged until the auction is over. Another plummet coming. We were £29.41. Let's get another price drop going here. £26.40. Another £3 off, another 10% off. Just like that. And the push of a button, click of your fingers. They're lovely, aren't they? Something a bit different as well. I've not seen these before. I know they've been out for a while, but I've not seen them before. And they've not been on Craft Price Drop before either. From the company that is Just Right. We've had a few of their things lately, and they've been very, very popular. £26.40. Better than half price. We're under that half price margin. Absolutely. 58.41 down to £26.18, and it's still going down. 25.96. That fleur-de-lis one's lovely, actually. Really gorgeous. What does that work out to each? £6 each, roughly. £6 and a few pence. 6.43 per stamp. If it goes no further than that, 6.43 a stamp, but I think it may drop down further. Have we got many of these? Not that many. Okay. We're going to treat you to a little bit more of a saving because we're feeling generous. Connie's had the weekend off. First day on today, so she's feeling, yeah, fresh. £24.55, that's what she wants to give you. £24.55 for all 4 of these rubber stamps. And they are rubber of the finest quality, backed with foam, ready for your acrylic blocks. Look at the detail in that one. Really upmarket, isn't it? Very kind of designer. There's a well-known Italian designer that springs to mind when I look at that one. Very Baroque in its look. We've got 2 minutes on the show. Is this going to be our final auction? I think it might be our last one for now. Here comes the quantity of how many of these we have. We've got 8. We've got 8 sets of these stamps remaining. That's all we have to go around, and lots of you are in already. Congratulations if you are. Wherever you've come in the auction, at the moment your price is £24.55. And everyone who wants these is a Freedom member at the moment, which is good news. No P&P for you. Otherwise, it's £4.95 postage on every purchase you make from craftpricedrop.com. The P&P on standard Hochanda shows varies on items, but if you're a Freedom member, that doesn't vary. Your P&P is sorted. Whether you're watching Hochanda or whether you're taking part in Craft Price Drop, it doesn't matter. You don't pay any P&P as long as you're a member of the Freedom Club. 5 sets of these stamps, that's all we have left, and then we're moving on and probably ending this hour. Joe is here. We've got Joy Crafts in the next hour between 8 and 9, all from the Netherlands. Looking forward to that in a couple of minutes' time. 3 sets. 3 sets of these big boys, the big rubber stamps with the foam on the back. 3 sets left at £24.55. I think that's my favourite one, that one. It's really out there, isn't it? Really smart, really stylish. Very designer. What have you bought? What have you bid for, and what have you got in Craft Price Drop today? How much did you save by watching the show? How much did you save by being a Freedom member? 1 set left. Sylvia, you've got the last set. Congratulations.
Price lock.
Everybody pays the final low price that is £24.55 and no P&P, because you're all Freedom members, I think, in that auction. I know a few of you weren't in the other auctions earlier on, but have a think about it. It's well worth the investment in becoming a Freedom member, because you don't have to pay the P&P on anything, so that's a nice thing. OK, enjoy the next auction, which will be Craft Price Drop at 11 o'clock online, craftpricedrop.com. I will see you with Joy Crafts in the next studio after this. So yes, Joe is here, Joy Crafts from the Netherlands on the way in a minute, and then it's Getting Groovy, our one-day special, or what's left of it. I don't know how much is left, if any. And Stampendous an hour later as well, all coming up. That's brand new as well. All to come here today on Bank Holiday Monday.
Hello, I'm Rosella, and I'm a member of the Clarity team. I've been parching for a long time. I've demonstrated parchment craft on shopping television for a number of years, and I've been a tutor for probably 10 years now. When Clarity acquired Pergamano earlier this year, that was fantastic for me, because that gave me the opportunity to join Clarity, family-owned ethical company. And not just for parchment as well, because I like to do so many crafts. So I'm able to stamp. I can use my mixed media skills, stitching of course, because that's a big part of who I am. I hope you'll join me for my shows with Clarity on Hochanda.
Hello, I'm Debbie and this is Kim, and together we are 6 Mini Memories.
We've known each other for about 8 years, and we're based just outside Newcastle in the northeast of England.
We're very lucky in the fact that we've managed to bring lots of new things. We always try and bring new things, new books, patterns, fabrics, kits, notions, always quality.
And we do get the opportunity to do lots of demonstrations, which is great.
We're looking forward to continuing our journey with Hochanda and with you. We've got some beautiful fabrics on order, as well as lots of notions.
And we've got the new booklets, which have at least 3 projects in them, which will have lots of new quilts, tips and techniques.
Make sure you don't miss our shows. We always try to make them informative and fun.
That's it. And we just want you to sew. Hope you can join us.
Carlisle's Tacky Glue is a great versatile glue for craft and household use. It's easy to use, dries transparent and remains flexible. This quick drying glue can be used on paper, cardboard, textiles and much more. This fantastic deal consists of 3 100ml tubes. To stock up, check out hochanda.com.
Hello, morning. Quick dash from the other studio.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I saw you. A little breeze as you came
Coming
in then.
through.
That's it.
Good to have you company. Happy Bank Holiday Monday and welcome to Hochanda. Lovely Joe Austin's with us. How are you?
Hey, I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Easter.
Thank you very much, and happy Easter to you too.
Absolutely. Now, when you see Joe, normally that means we've got Joy Crafts, and that's indeed what we have got for you today. Joy is a Netherlands-based company, isn't it?
It is, yeah. They are based in Denmark, yeah.
Okay, so basically anything you buy from the show will be coming direct from them. So it's an 8-day extended delivery, so just over a week and they'll be on their way to you. But they do come up with some unusual things, don't they?
They do, and they like to put little collections together that sometimes when you first look at them, it's not always obvious to what you can do. So like this little first set that we've got some flowers on there, we've got squares and circles, and they're sort of quite edgy. They've got that little sort of mixed media sort of feel to them that's arty, quite arty, so you can do different things with them.
Well, this is the Heart, Fantasy and Sketch Art flower dies. There's 7 dies in total for £10.99. That's all you're paying for all 3 sets, basically, which has got 7 dies in total. So they're individual components, aren't they, that make up the die set?
Yeah. They are indeed, yeah.
So there's your heart. That's in there. You've got the portions to the flower over there, and you've also got these parts to the flower here. So it's basically these 3 sets you're getting for £10, £10.99. I've just realised.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy price, really.
You'd think
And what
that for
I love
one,
about the
wouldn't you?
sets is the fact that they go together perfectly. So even though you've got a flower and a leaf, you could use all your leaves together with one flower, change it over and use different flowers. You can snip into things. You can make corners and things like that with the squares. And also you get inspiration as well. So on your die packet, if I just turn this one
that's a good idea.
around, just there, you get the inspiration on the front, but you also get inspiration on the back as well.
Like
so
it.
it's giving you different ideas. So when you get them home and you get that, so everybody gets that little sort of blind spot and they don't know what to do with anything. We're giving you that inspiration as well.
Okay, fantastic. Now, a lot of you jumping ahead of us on the website to see what else is in store and in stock today. The next set of dies, this is another set of 3. It's a mixed media set. All of them, to be honest with you, are mixed media, aren't they, really?
Yeah.
So you could use them on things like fabric and that sort of thing, thin cotton and that sort of thing.
Cotton,
Extended delivery of 8 days, remember. Everything in the show is 8-day extended delivery, so dispatched on the 10th of April. But these I love, actually, because I love the quirky circle and the square. I like that. Kind of grungy.
Yeah, I love the sort of scribbly circle. It's really nice, actually. And when I started using these, because this is not my sort of crafting, I'm quite a pretty crafter. I like to do sort of borders on things and put decoupage or, you know, stamped images in there. And this was completely out of my comfort zone, but I've thoroughly enjoyed working with them and putting different mediums together with it.
Well, you've got 6 dies in total. I mean, these corners, how unusual are they? One's quite rounded and the other's quite dramatically angular, but really, it almost looks like circuit boards.
They do, yeah. I'm going to say they're very mechanical, sort of quite male-orientated, but again, using different sort of things with it, different colours, you can make it sort of quite feminine. You can use it as like a brick wall if that's what you want to do as well.
And that one here actually kind of looks a bit like a brick wall. That one that you've done there looks really lovely.
Yeah, but it's got that feminine touch to it.
Yeah, I like it. And that's using the kind of distressed square in the centre that's been offset as well.
It is.
Some of the flowers have been used on there. So, yeah, you're loving these. I thought you might. And then up here, this set as well is really quite unusual. That's almost like a pebbled wall, it looks like, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then you've got the mosaic type, or like the little cobweb, if you like, at the top. Just
Nice.
there. Yeah.
Okay, so those are $14.99 for all 3 sets. Something that you probably haven't got anything like it in your die collection, I would have thought. I certainly haven't.
No,
well, there they are, all 6 of those for that price of $14.99. Busy already for those. Then we have, now this was proving popular before the show even started. 10%'s gone before we even look at it. And this is our block moulds. Again, something a bit different.
It is. Very angular again. But again, it works with the dies that we've got on the show. It's working really well. Now, you can use these, again, if I just flip this around, again, you've got different ways that you can use this on there. So you can use it as a photograph mount, you can use it for your matting and layering, you can use it as a stencil, you can cut it out of different mediums, use it as a stamp. There's so many different ways that you can use that. And again, it's sort of quite angular, but it's got that beautiful sort of feminine touch to it as well. And it is really, really delicate, but it cuts beautifully.
Yeah, it's got kind of a 1960s
It
feel,
has,
kind
yeah.
of hippie feel
Quite,
to it.
quite retro, yeah.
$9.99 for both of those then. You get the square in the middle and the outside square frame, and that's 751434. $9.99, but 10% did go before the show even started. And then we have slightly bigger dies. This is a set of 2 that we've got for you. So we've got the butterfly and the border. Let me just move those apart so you don't think you're getting the square as well. There we go. So you get those 2 together, the butterfly corner and the butterfly border for $10.99. These prices are ridiculous.
But you've got a square there as well. So this little border, this little corner here that we've got, these little corners here, they will actually overlap and you can actually create a square with it.
Oh, right. Cut it twice.
Yeah, cut it 4 times and then you've got your top, your bottom and your 2 corners and they will overlap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that again, you can get more things out of it. But it's got that beautiful little sort of edge on there, that beautiful little angular edge if you want to keep that. It's got the little broderie anglaise type of edge on there. It's got the little sunflower in the centre that you can obviously emboss and then just run some distress inks or something like that over it as well.
And you will be using these in any machine, whether it's a mechanical one or electronic machine, doesn't matter. Yeah. All the machines will be fine for them, and probably even some of the smaller ones will be fine because they're not too wide, are they?
Yeah, it fits through the smaller Joy machine that we've had on the shows before, so if you've got that little Joy machine, it will fit through there absolutely perfectly as well. And
then we go on to our square. Our butterfly square, which is this one just here. So again, a lovely aperture and a lovely frame to invest in. This is only £11.99. So, you know, for value, Joy Crafts I don't think can be beaten. They really are exceptional value for money. And you've got the outside cutting edge. So if you just want like a scalloped blank, you've got that option. It shows you on the packaging what you can do with it, like an oversized postage stamp, it looks like, doesn't it? And then you've got that lovely floral frame in the middle as well. So both of those for $11.99, great value for money, great price, 526703. Pop that into your order if you'd like to go for that. And we've actually used those on this easel card that you can just see here, so you can obviously use it as a diamond shape as well.
You can, and you can see that square from the little square, you know, the little retro one, that fits in perfectly into the inside as well. So again, for your matting and layering, all of the dies work together.
Okay, now, from dies, let's go on to something else that we've brought you. Not stencils, these are masks. The difference, I suppose, is stencil is slightly thicker, isn't it?
It is slightly thicker. You can use it in the same way, but obviously this is not going to give you as much depth if you're starting to emboss and things like that. They've got that more delicate feel to them. Now,
you've got 3 masks here. You've got the Marrakesh, the honeycomb, and the circles. Obviously that one is the honeycomb, that's the circles, and that's the Marrakesh. Love them, and they've got little holes in the top, so if you wanted to put them on a little, like a teacup chain or something like that, or a teacup
ring
holder,
or something, you can store them.
And they're plastic, and they're incredibly flexible, so if you wanted to do them round, like round vases or glass or anything.
Yeah, you can do that. And same as I say, you can use them in exactly the same way as you would use a stencil. You can still go through with your texture pastes. You can go through with your inks, you can spritz over them. There's loads of different ways that you can actually use these, and again we've got 3 different looks on that board there.
And if I just show you what I mean, look, incredibly flexible, very, very tough and durable. They're not flimsy, they're not going to kind of, you know, disintegrate the minute you use them. They're going to last you years. So that's the first set of 3, and then they're $14.99 for those. And then we've got another set of 3 here as well. The zigzag, the bubbles, and also the shard as well. These are great too. Great for just adding character and texture to all sorts of surfaces, whether it's a canvas or whether it's an object, whether it's a wall, whether it's a piece of furniture, paste, ink, whatever you want to put through.
Exactly, different ways, and we're going to be showing some of those sort of different techniques as well. So what I've actually done with some of the mixed media dies that we've got, the first set, I've actually put some stencils behind it, and they just sort of lend themselves really well.
I was just thinking, I was doing the Groovy show yesterday with Barbara with the gel press.
Yes.
These on a gel press would look fab, wouldn't they? Yeah, they'd be great.
I was thinking that. I don't know where mine is. I need to find it out, but yeah.
$14.99 if you'd like those. 326006, and that's Freedom price on that as well, which is including delivery for £13.49 if you're a Freedom member. Brilliant. Now, when I got into the studio this morning and I came and looked at what was in the show, I looked at this and I thought, don't quite get it. Do you know what that is? Well, it tells you on the screen, so. But look, the clue's on the screen, Bradford. Yeah, I know. Mini album stencil and journaling. But you look at it and think, well, how do I make a book out of that then?
Yeah, it is very, very easy. All the thought process has been done there. All you need is a piece of paper, a scoring tool, if you've got a scoring tool, or a pencil and a ruler, and then you just need a pair of scissors. Okay. You don't need any other gadget, so if you're just starting off with your crafting, no measuring involved. You've got your matting, your layering, your template, your score lines, and everything is built into that, and we're going to show you how to do that. We'll
make one in the show, and you get also these 2 stencils at the back as well, with all these other wonderful shapes, banners, butterflies, bunting on there as well. It's all there, and it's just £10.99 for the whole lot. So you get the template for the book, and you get those 2 as well for £10.99. Bargain. 473347. Already 10% of the stock's gone. We will show you how to use it, or Joe will, because I'm intrigued myself in a few minutes. £10.99 for that then. The website's got everything else that's in the show as well from Joy. Remember, 8-day extended delivery. Everything will be dispatched on the 10th of April because it comes from the Netherlands. It will be with you shortly after that. But if you want to get great value, I can't think of a show that delivers better value than what we're showing you here today. It's incredible. The value for money and the prices are just amazing. OK, Joe, what are we doing first then? Are we doing the book first?
I was going to make a card, but as soon as I have the little book there, it sort of intrigued me this morning as well, because obviously I'd not seen this stencil before this morning, because I got a different one. Right. It's quite strange. But just to show you that, it goes together really, really easy, and everything is just so straightforward. So, Shauna, could I just ask you just to pass me the stencil up, please? The large one.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you very much. Right, so you can see there, obviously for storage, you can fold it up. It will go down and you can just fold it and then just pop it into like a little sort of storage bag or something like that. And then just basically unfold it. It does look flimsy, but it has got that strength to it anyway.
So you need a 12 by 12 piece of...
It's a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, yeah. And obviously you can change the shape of it as well. If you just wanted to do that centre panel and just have a 3-fold card, you can do. If you wanted to do the centre and then have these little bits coming in, you can do that as well. You don't have to have it as big as what we've got it on here. And then all we're going to do is just basically just take your pen. Now I'm doing it in black, but at home I would do it in a pencil. Just take your pen and just draw around that little template like that. Just move your fingers around so you've got a little bit of pressure just going onto this little stencil just there.
Do you know what? 20% of this is gone already. We've got 2 shows together today. I don't know if this is going to be in the second one.
Hopefully. There we go. And it is really lovely. So all you would do is you just follow those lines around. Now, this little centre section here, if you look, you've got your outside edge, and I'm just going to draw just on that inside line. Now, this is for your matting and layering. So this could be fancy paper, a different colour cardstock. The choice is entirely up to you. But you've got your outline, your inside edge, matting and layering. What you've got then, in between these matting and layering lines, is another little line. Now, this little line in the centre there matches up with the edges of your card.
Right.
And that is for your little fold lines. It's your scoring lines. So all we would do is just take just your scoring tool and just score all the way along there. Now, if you haven't got a scoring tool, don't worry. All you need to do is just to draw it in like that, and then you can just bob a little bit of a ruler or something with a straight edge and just give it a crease over, and then you'll get that exactly the same technique just there. So just pop that just there. So once you've drawn around it, you can see there the differences between your matting and layer and your outside edge. So all you would do then is cut it out all the way around the outside like that, and that will give you this little shape here. Now, I don't know if you can see on my piece of card just there, if I just angle it down, you've got all those little score lines. And because obviously it's a double-sided coloured card, It's just good, and I brought that colour through. So all I've done then is just fold it over, just give it a press. You don't need a bone folder, you don't need all those little gadgets. So this is perfect for those that are just starting out crafting, that might just want to make a little mini album for Grandma for Easter to say thank you for the Easter eggs, or, you know, just as a little memory album. And then all we're going to do is just basically crease all of these little lines inwards, like that. Now,
approaching 30% of the stock of this is gone. You're loving the concept of this.
it is really, really lovely.
What would you make a book like this for? Would it be for pictures?
It's for pictures, yeah. I'd have pictures of my dogs and my tortoises and my cats and all my other little bits and pieces in there. And it's just those, sometimes people get scared by doing a 12 by 12 scrapbook. And sometimes they say, well, I can do an 8 by 8, and they get scared by that. So to start off, if you're scrapbooking, doing little mini albums as a gift or as a memento is perfect. So what we've got there, you've got obviously your smaller lines in between, and then you've got your larger lines. Now these little sections here are going to come in. So all of those little sections there come in.
Right, got you.
Your smaller lines, you've got a line there, it's probably around about, I would say, 1/2 centimetre. And then you've got a line that's around about 1 centimetre. So the two smaller lines come in first, fold them back, fold them in. Fold this one over, that one comes in, fold that one over, that one comes in. And that is your little book.
Cute.
Isn't it sweet?
And it gives you enough, because there's an edge to it, or a height to it. It gives you enough depth that you can put objects in there, three-dimensional.
Yep, you've got three-dimensional objects. You can create a little wrap to go around, maybe with one of the dies. The long border die that we've got would look perfect around there. That would create such a lovely wrap to go onto the edge there, and then just a plain piece go on as well.
Now I've seen it, it makes sense.
Yeah,
when I saw the
they
template,
are
I thought,
lovely.
But brilliant. And a third of the stock has now gone on this. If you want it, please order it in this show, because it may not be in the second one at the moment, the way it's going. You get all of those, all three of those templates for that price of £10.99. So you've got the actual template that makes the actual book itself, and then you've got the other two decorative templates there with your banners and your bunting and all that sort of thing. £10.99 gets the lot to your door. It will be with you shortly after the 10th of April, okay, 473347. And also the block die that we showed you earlier on, this one, it's coming up. There we are. You're loving that one as well. Very kind of retro. Approaching 20% of the stock of this is gone as well. And again, it's what you can do with it and how you can incorporate it into your existing crafting. Something a bit different. £9.99, 751 434, and mixed media too as well. Now these are also mixed media. There's 6 dies in total on this. You've got the circle and the square, which looks almost like you've kind of dribbled paint. That's what it actually looks like. Very kind of random, but I like it. And then you've got the mosaic in the middle, with what looks like stacked pebbles underneath it. And then you've got the very angular, like circuit board corners that you've got on the left-hand side. 20% of this is gone, I think. £14.99, and that's 590482. Busy, busy, busy. And we've got queues on the phones. We've had queues all morning, actually. Busy, busy Easter Sunday. Monday.
I keep thinking it's Sunday. I've lost all track.
I don't know what day of the week it is. Yeah, but busy on the phone. So if you would like to order on the website, there's never a queue there, hochanda.com. And it's still our Easter event, by the way. If you're ordering something today and you're spending over £30 and you bought something yesterday, use that £5 credit that you'll have. If you're buying something today, you'll have a £5 credit on your account that you can use tomorrow against something that you spend over £30 tomorrow. So that's still going on at the moment.
Oh, I must have missed that one.
Yeah. It's all on the website if you want to have a look. Actually, here it is. T's and C's. There you go, look. And if you did it yesterday, it increases by £1 every day if you redeem that £5 every day. So if you, if it's the first time you've done it, you'll get your £5. If you fit, maybe it's the 3rd or 4th day, you might get £7 or £8 or £9 off, because it goes up £1 each day that you redeem your £5 credit. So it's good.
Very good.
Hopefully that made sense the way I explained it.
Yeah. Sort of.
Sort of.
We'll let you.
Okay.
It's early. There we are. Right, so what we've got here, I'm going to just do this little card here. So I've just put some double-sided tape just onto the back, and obviously the Be Creative guys, they obviously sell that as well, so you're able to pick that up off the website.
We had that on Craft Price Drop.
Did
the
you?
Wonder tape, yeah.
Ah, there you go, you see.
10 rolls.
That's it. So, yep, so anything like that, just a little bit of tape on there. So I've got my green card on there. Now the card that I'm using, one is from the wellness pack, one is from a Christmas pack. They'll be on the website, the winter pack should I say. They'll be on the website, so you'll be able to pick those up. And then all I'm doing is I'm just going to cut my little flowers and my leaves. So I've got 2 different flowers, 2 different leaves from this first set of dies that we've got there. I've already done a little bit of cutting, so I've actually cut out my little brickwork panel, and I've also cut out my little square as well. And we're just going to have a little bit of a play with the stencils, just show you how I actually put colour into my cards and things like that. And again, it's just really nice, a little bit of messy crafting if you like. You can stencil through it if you wanted to, so as I say, with the texture paste. We're going to be doing a little bit of that later on as well. So just make sure that that's cut, and I can see the silver from the die all the way through to the back, so I know that that's cut perfectly.
Yeah, good.
Obviously just being careful, because I have got that sticky tape on the back, so I was just wanting to make sure that it's cut perfectly. If I needed to run it back through again, I can. And then all we're going to do is just give it a little press. You've got release holes in there as well, just to get that die out. There we are. And you can see there it cuts absolutely perfectly. So just
I can't get over the prices of the dies from Joy. £10.99 for 7 dies.
Yeah, yeah. They're really good on prices. And the dies, I've been buying Joy dies, and I didn't even realise before I started working for them and got the catalogue that they were actually Joy.
Right.
Because I always take my dies out of the packets and I just put them onto a magnetic sheet. And it was only when I started working with Joy, and I was, I've got that, I've got that, I've got that. And I didn't realise, obviously, I'd got all of those different ones. But yeah, they've been in my collection for quite a while. So let's just take our little leaf off there.
Yeah.
So you can see that they're going to cut absolutely perfectly. We're just taking all of those little bits out. I shall poke all the extra bits out in a second. Just get rid of that little one just there. And then, as I say, what I've actually done is I've already cut out the little white square, and I've already cut out 2 of those little brickwork patterns. Now these make lovely stamps as well, so that's another little demo we're going to come to. But you can actually put them together to create borders and backgrounds on your card as well. So don't just think because it's a die you can't do anything else with it, because there's so many more things you can do with it.
So you can make them into stamps?
You can make them into stamps.
Using what, foam?
Like foam,
Right.
yeah, a thin play foam, funky foam or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So for our background, all I'm going to do on here, I'm just going to take my cardstock down, just like that, just using a low tack tape, and then I've got my little stencil, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tape that down as well. So washi tape, low tack tape, anything you've got, that's just going to hold it in place so you can start inking over the top.
Now this one is the Marrakesh stencil out of the 3 that Joe's using. The honeycomb and the circles are the other 2 that you get as well. So it's only a £5 each, and they are made from. It looks like kind of craft card, but it's not. It's actually plastic.
It is
a gold plastic, so it's very strong and durable.
So what I've got there is I've got the shabby shutters, and which is a nice green distressing. So I'm going really bright and zingy on this card. And then what I want to do is I just don't want to go all over. But what I am doing here, if I can get my ink pad to work, there we go, is just going to rub that just along the centre of the card. I don't want to cover it all, I just want to give it just that little bit of colour as a flash, just going across the centre. And then I'm just going to take some picked raspberry, and I'm just going to add some little bits of colour into that as well. Take off some of the extra. There we go. Okay. So let's just take that little stencil off there.
Oh, I like it.
So you can see that we've just mixed our colour. It's just give it a little bit of a smush straight across the top. And then what I want to do is I want to take my 2 colours that we've just had, and I want to add some sort of distressing to it as well. So I'm just going to take my little embossing tool, and then I've got a damp paintbrush just there. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll my brush. It has to be wet, obviously, just to make sure that it's going to drip. And I'm just basically rolling that just onto the top of my ink. Pick up quite a bit of ink on there, and then all I'm going to do is just flick. There we go, and it'll just add little spots of colour. I don't know if you can see it, just on there. But just by giving it a little bit of a flick like that, you can actually, what have I just done with my baby wipe? Change the colour on there. Give it a good little wash, and then we can go on with the green as well. And this just gives it a little bit more of a background, a little bit of a distressed look on there. Because I've got the colour on the end of the brush, as I'm releasing the water, it's just going to just give it a little bit of a splash.
Right.
So once I've got the right amount of colour on there, we can start building our card. So let's just put those out of the way.
And these stencils, remember, or masks as we're calling them, they're really handy things to have, because it may be that you're not into card making, maybe you're into upcycling or mixed media or furniture renovation, anything like that. These are perfect for doing things like that, adding texture to something, just adding a pattern to something, or even on walls and doors.
Exactly.
They look great.
So what I've got there is, again, this has just been cut with that double-sided tape on there. So all I need to do is just peel off the background. I don't know which is the worst, putting glue on my hand or peeling the background off of there, but we've got it on there. So I'm just going to bring those actually just a little bit further in before I press them down completely. And then my little square here, I haven't got anything on that one, so let me just pop a little bit of glue on there. Tiny little bit of glue.
This is the square, and you get the circle, of course, as well with it, but it's almost like it's been made out of driftwood or something like that.
It is, it's lovely. It's really nice texture.
Yeah.
And as I say, I just look at things, because I'm a stamper, I look at things as a stamper and I just think, oh, that's actually really nice. I like that one. And then, as I say, I just turn them into stamps, and again, it just gives you another lease of life to your projects, really. But it's something that we'll come to later, just to show you how to make a stamp out of your dies and things. Really, really easy and a little bit addictive. There we go. So our little card there, let's just pop that on the front, and then all I'm going to do is just pop our little flowers on. So again, just a tiny little bit of glue. If you want to put that onto another piece of card, cut round it, then obviously you can put a foam pad underneath if you wanted to. But all we're going to do is just pop that just at the top there. I've got my other little flower. I've just taken the stem off of that one. Don't know what I've put glue on for, actually. I have double-sided tape on it, didn't I? There we go.
Well, that's not going to fall off then, is it?
It's not, it's well stuck. And then your two little leaves. All I'm going to do on there, just take the backing off of that, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a curve. And then one is going to go under there, and then the top section, just to give it a little bit more of an edge, can just stand up. And then it's just a case of adding your sentiment onto there. So I've got best wishes, or just for you, whatever it is that you want to pop on there.
It's different though, isn't it?
There you go, and that's your card.
Like it
And
a lot.
again, it's sort of quite easy, but it's nice. It's got that lovely fresh feel to it. Quite a modern take on there, but
Yeah.
again, you can go modern or you can go a little bit more traditional. That choice is entirely up to you.
Now remember, the website has got everything from Joy, and everything is on an 8-day extended delivery, which basically means dispatched from the 10th of April, because this is all coming to you from the Netherlands, from Denmark, so it'll take a few days to get to you, but it won't be long. But what we've got are great prices, really great prices, and some really unusual dies that we've not seen before. Let's have a little look at the flower one to start off with, because Jo's been using lots of different elements in her demos here. So this is actually 7 dies in the set. So you've got the flower set down the bottom, that one, and then you also get that beautiful heart as well. Really detailed heart. £10.99 gets you the lot. And I love the fact that Joy Crafts put a little finished card for inspiration on the front of the packaging as well. So it shows you how you can build the flower up, gives you some ideas, very basically. So that's £10.99. You can also, of course, stencil through it as well, not just die cut, and they are all mixed media dies, basically. So that's 282,526 for those 3 sets, 7 dies. Then we got the mixed media set, which is, I think this is my favourite, actually. When I first saw it, I thought, when I saw those corners, I thought, really? But they look like circuit boards. One's got kind of rounded corners, the other one has got more kind of angular corners for the corners of your card. Looks really cool. And then the other one, I like this a lot, the circle and the square. Again, they look like driftwoody, very, very kind of random, but very attractive. And then at the top here, you've then got your mosaic, and also you've got your stacked, I suppose you call them like boulders or pebbles. It could be that you're looking down at a driveway, it could be that you're looking at a wall, it could be either really. And it's £14.99 the price for that one. And if you look at that top one, in the middle you do see a definite circle, like a mosaic tabletop or crazy paving or something like that. £14.99 gets you all 3 of those. A £5 a set is amazing value. 590 482. Then the block mould. This was proving popular before the show even went to air. 20% of the stock has gone, and it's, again, obviously a square, or it can be a diamond shape if you want it to be, but it's very, very retro, very 60s, and you do get both of them, the small square and the larger one, for £9.99, and you can use them both together or use them separately. It's up to you. 751434. Then we have our butterflies for you. Now, you've got your corner, and your border as well, and as Joe was saying, that corner could actually be made into a square frame if you cut it out. Well, if you cut it out twice, it would make a square. If you cut it out 4 times, it would make a bigger square with a much bigger opening in it. And then you've got the border, of course, on the left there. £10.99 is the price for both of them, not one, but you get both, and that's 68276 with that beautiful butterfly in the middle. And then the square that's next to that, that's also amazing value for money too. Outside cutting edge with a scalloped edge, and also the detailed frame is beautiful. £11.99, that's 526703, and that's proving very popular as well. And on the display card we've got here for our demo, you can see it's been just offset to make it a diamond shape, but looks really well and finishes and fills the card beautifully. So that's £11.99. Then we have our stencils, or our masks. Now, there's 2 sets of 3. This is the first set. This first set has got the, this is the Moroccan one, the Marrakesh. Then you've got your circles in the centre, and then you've got a honeycomb down the end there. And again, you can use them on not just flat surfaces, you can actually use them on things that are round, like bowls or vases or bottles, because it is a very, very flexible plastic that will go around any surface you want it to. But also you could use it on windows, you could use it on walls, on furniture, texture paste, inks, whatever you want to do. Very, very versatile for £15 or £14.99. Really, really good value. And then the other set we've got are the zigzags, bubbles, and the shards as well. So it looks like cracked glass, doesn't it? So if you want that dramatic look, then that's indeed the set to go for. I'd go for maybe both sets, to be honest. Then you'd have lovely 6 stencils or masks that you can use in loads of different ways, and just basically wash them in warm soapy water. They'll come up a dream every time. That's actually on a freedom price of £13.49 if you want that set of 3. 326 006 is your item number. Then the final stencil we've got for you, 40% of this is gone, so we're on course for a sellout. Joe showed it to you earlier on. Basically all you do with this template, and it does fold up for storage, you just basically draw around it and then cut it out. And what it allows you to do then, if you fold in all the rounded flaps, it allows you then to basically fold your book together like that. But it does have a nice width to it, so if you wanted to put you know, ornamental things in there, like 3-dimensional embellishments into your book, you could do that. But this could be photographs of your pets, of your children. Maybe you've had a lovely family Easter with Easter egg hunts and all of that. You've got photographs you want to display or put into something to send to granny or auntie or whoever, then something like that would be good. £10.99, 40% gone, and you do get the other masks as well here too. They're included, so you get the bunting and the banners included as well, and speech bubbles are on there, I think, as well. Yeah, it's all there. So that is 473347. And our Easter event, just to remind you of that, if you buy anything from us today on Bank Holiday Monday, tomorrow you'll find magically a £5 credit will appear on your account. Now, provided you spend tomorrow more than £30, you can use that £5 credit only for tomorrow. Now, if you've been doing this every day since Good Friday, you will, if you've been redeeming your £5 each day, you'll have noticed it's going up £1 a day, because if you do it each day, it will go up to a maximum of £10, which means you could, over the Easter weekend, save yourself up to £45. But yeah, if you're redeeming your £5 credit to date, you have to spend over £30 in the transaction. So that's what's going on with us this Easter. Lovely.
There we go.
Right.
So we're going to have a little bit of a play now, just with the, again, just the smaller stencil that comes with that large one.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of dry embossing on there, so again a slightly different technique on there. I've already cut out that long border, and that's going to go along the edge of our card, and I've just put some papers with this, so any papers that, again, colour wise, that you want to make at home or that you've got at home would work. And this is just going to create my edge of my card, so we'll sort that one in a second.
Right.
I've got my long flower. I've already cut one, and I'm going to cut another one, and then we're just going to reverse it to stick it on, and then obviously just decorate up the cards with that one.
Okay.
So cutting it out, again, same as I say, you can actually put your layering underneath if you wanted to, so you can do your paper piecing, you can cut it out, you can mount it up, create stamps, do whatever it is that you want to do with it. With this one, I'm just going to stick it down, and then I'm just going to colour it up. So there's my little flower. Okay, and I've just cut that one out of black, so it looks like I've given it a stamped background. So all I'm going to do on there is just take my little pokey tool, just get out all of those extra little bits and pieces.
Never leave home without it.
No, exactly. I've got two today. I've got a red one and a blue one.
Have you?
I have. Yes, I'm going blue today, though.
You know how to live.
There I live dangerously on the edge, you know. There we are. So if I just show you that beautiful little flower just there. But again, what we can do is we can turn it round, which is just simply flip it over, turn it round, and it'll face the opposite way. And then you can create, in effect, a daisy chain going down the side of your card.
Or you could actually have the two daisies kissing, couldn't you?
You could. Yeah, you can, indeed. So let's just put those ones just there.
Yeah.
Well, same as I say, you can have a little circle if you wanted to. They would go round. Again, they'll just make up beautiful little patterns on your card. So again, don't just think of them just as, oh, that die's a little bit small. You can do so much more than that. So this little border here has got this little line here, which is great for using on your little easel cards. I've got an easel card as well that I've made, and it just adds that extra little something to your card. You've got your two little sunflowers just there, and then you've also got your nice little, I like to call it a little broderie anglaise edge, and then your butterflies that are going in the centre. These butterflies, they are a complete butterfly if you just finish trimming the wings, so you can actually add dimension to those just by cutting it again and just trimming them back. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit that back just slightly from that edge. It's just going to overlap just a little tiny bit, just straighten it up, just there, and then I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to give it just a little curve just around. It doesn't have to be perfect. All I'm doing is I'm just creating a little white border on there.
It's a lot easier to create a white border than to try and go around every little scarped edge.
Absolutely. I mean, you can do that if you want to, but...
Good luck.
Yeah. Oops. There we are. Okay, so now we've got our little border under there, but you don't actually tend to see it once it's on there. So what I've got is just a little piece of my decorative paper, and I'm going to use it with a heart side up. Again, you've got hearts and you've got stripes on there, and different joy packs of papers. Just have a look on the website, see what we've got, or you may have a colour or something at home that you like. There we go, that's just going to go just up at that side, and you can use a peel off or whatever it is on that edge that you want just to finish that piece off. Turn your card over and just trim it edge to edge, so that's all nice and straight. And then you can see you've got that different edge coming through. You don't notice that your white is actually slightly uneven. Obviously, spend a little bit more time at home doing that. Let's just stick this back piece on there, and then we can just get on with our little bit of dry embossing. Now you'll notice, even though I'm going to do some dry embossing, I haven't actually got a light box. I have got a light box at home, but to do my dry embossing for my cards, using this, I haven't actually used the light box at all. What I tend to do is I use a medium-sized ball tool. I just grease it up just on my hands. Everybody's got natural grease on the hands, on the palms. Just grease your little ball tool up like that. We're going to hold it so it's facing against the window. I've got the lights in the studio, and I can see that this little shape here is up towards the top of my bit of card. Right. And then when that's central to where I want it, all I'm going to do is just pop it back down onto the desk, use the large end of the ball tool just to push in and find the edge of that pattern. And then it's simply...
Oh, what a clever idea.
Just push it in. And as long as you're pushing and not pulling, that little ball tool there will find its own way around. So just go around very slowly to start off with. Again, just get some of those natural oils on your hand, or you can use soap. It's entirely up to you. You can use something like a dry baby wipe to lubricate your piece of card. But you can basically go on there. Now, if you go off your line, like that, it is not going to affect the inside of that shape at all.
Wow, what a great technique. I didn't realise you could use them for that.
You can indeed. So I've got one at the bottom.
Because you probably couldn't put, because these are masks rather than stencils, you probably couldn't put them through your embossing machine because they're not deep and... Oh, you can? Can you? So they will emboss as well? Oh, right. I thought it'd be too thin for that.
You will, but the thing is with this one, because it's got so many different shapes, if you're just particularly wanting, say, a row of hearts or a row of dots, or maybe just a little flag, you've got a little stamp that'll fit in there.
Yeah.
Maybe you're wanting just to emboss this little bit, or these two leaves here. If you put all that through your embossing machine, you're going to get all of those background sections as well.
Oh, right.
So to do what I'm doing, which is just simply, is I just did the last one, just hold it up to the light.
So if you want to isolate it, just for the one thing,
just for that one thing. But the larger ones, of course, they can go through your embossing machine.
Ah, right, I didn't realise.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't emboss as deep as the normal stencils.
No,
obviously,
but you
when
will get an effect.
But you will get an effect, yeah, absolutely. There we go. So again, let's just do that one. So now we've got our two little panels, one at each end, just there. And you can see if you go off your lines, which I have done at the back, if I just turn that over, you can see there I've scribbled on the back of these ones, but it doesn't show.
Doesn't show on the front?
Doesn't show on the front at all.
Great.
There we go. So that's now going to create the top part of my card.
So now that's another way of using your masks that maybe you didn't think of. I wouldn't have thought of that.
And all I'm going to do is just very, very lightly just go over the inside of that. And again, if you want to be very specific, I don't mind a little bit of colour on the outside of it. If you want to be very specific, pop it back onto the front, line it up.
It's just warm soapy water to clean these, isn't it?
Yeah, just pop them in a bowl with some warm soapy water, then just leave it to dry. Just bear in mind that you do have the paper label on there, but they just peel off quite happily. Okay, so that's now going to go onto my card. And let's just pop that into there. And again, I've got a sentiment stamps with me, but obviously the different sentiments that you want, that choice is up to you. So let's just pop that little bit of dark orange on there. Let's just pop that little bit straight onto the top. That just gives it a little bit of an edge. And then we've got one of our little flowers. So a little bit of glue. And then one of my flowers is going to go one way.
And the other one's going to go the other way.
The other one's going to go the other way. So let's make sure before I stick it on which way I'm going. There we are. That's it. And then just to add a little bit of colour, again, I've just bought some pens, but these can be your aqua markers, your alcohol markers, and it's just to add that tiny little bit of colour. It's really all I wanted to do was just show you the different ways that you can actually use your stencils. There we go. So that's your little flower just there.
Lovely.
Okay.
Well, a recap is on the way. If you've just woken up, just switched on, it is Easter Monday and we're live at Hochanda. You missed Craft Price Drop, but there's another one of those tonight at 7 o'clock. And also there's one online with Charlie at 11 o'clock at craftpricedrop.com. Lots of great shows, including, of course, our Groovy One Day Special, or what's left of it, with Linda Williams, coming up with Charlie at 9. And let's have a little recap then of what you've seen so far in the Joy Show, because these are always busy shows, because the prices for what you get are ridiculous. Phenomenal value for money. Everything. Here's your first set. Now, there's 7 dies in here, 2 flower sets and 1 with the heart. And that was the flower die, of course, that Joe was using. £10.99 for all 3 of them. So it works out to about less than £4 a set, which is really good, really good. 282526. Then we have our mixed media. Now, over a third of the stock of this is gone, so you're getting what looks like circuit boards on the left, which is for your corners. One's slightly rounded, one's angular. Then you've got your mosaic in the top, in the middle, and beneath that you've got your kind of wall of pebbles, or it could be pebbled driveways or pathways. And then you've got your circle and your square. That to me looks like driftwood. Love that. All of them together, only £14.99, and that's the mixed media set. Very busy for those. Then you've loved the block mould die as well. This to me looks very 60s and retro. It is £9.99. You get both of them, the small square and the large square frame, and that's £751,434. Then the stencil, or the mask, should I say, to actually make the album. Approaching half the stock of this is gone, so we're heading for a sellout on this probably, because we do have 2 shows together today, Joe and myself. And you just basically trace around it and cut it out, and then it folds into a little square album. The size of the square in the middle is the size of the album. And you could put your pictures in it and all sorts of wonderful stories. Maybe it's a holiday album or a bank holiday weekend album you want to make. Put your pets in there, whatever you want to do. And the other 2 stencils or masks are included as well, with the bunting wanting, and that shape that Joe just used actually with the ball tool. £10.99 gets the lot. Everything, remember, is 8-day delivery as it's coming from the Netherlands. You'll get it from just after the 10th of April. It will be landing on your door. 473-347. Excellent. Don't forget, if you buy something from us, anything at all today, you'll have your £5 extra voucher that will be on your account tomorrow, and you can redeem that against anything that you buy in £30 or over in value. OK, so that's our extra that's going on at the moment. More information on that on the website. Right, Joe.
OK, so we've talked about stamps.
Yep.
So we're going to do a little bit of making a stamp, but we're also using our little bit of foam to add dimension onto our card as well.
Is it only the mixed media ones that you can use the foam on, or...?
All of them, really.
All of them? Okay.
Yeah, all of them, especially if it's the thin foam. So same as I say, there's this particular foam that you can get in a craft store. It's for modelling and things like that. I'm pretty sure that we've had it on the shows before. So just have a look at those. And then I'm going to cut 2 leaves. I've got a little bumblebee that I cut out. Now, we've had these stamps and dies on before, so you'll be able to find those ones as well. And then I've got our little circle. So let's just find that one. It doesn't matter that it doesn't fit side to side, because it's actually going to get covered anyway. In actual fact, I'm going to be really naughty. Let's cut that one out of the brown. Just there. And then my little flower, let's have that one out of the blue. Get a little bit of tape. And again, I'm taping everything down primarily because I'm going to put it all on the board together, get it all cut at once, and then I know that they're not going to move, they're not going to come off. Okay, there we go. So let's just run that one through the machine. Now, these ones will fit through your smaller machines, as you said earlier on. There's only probably one die that we've got, no, 2 dies that we've got on the show today that would need a larger machine.
Now, the mixed media dies, they're our most popular set of the entire show. 40% of the stuff has gone here, so again, that could be a sellout when we get to our second show.
There we go. So this is our little circle. Love this one.
Yeah, I do.
It's just so different. So let's just pull that one out. There we go. That little bit that I pulled out there is actually part of the waste anyway. So
where I go on holiday, there's a shop that sells driftwood furniture and things like driftwood frames and that sort of thing. That's what it reminded me of when I saw it.
Yeah, it is lovely. So there you go. Let's just pop that onto a bit of cream. So there's your circle.
Yeah.
And it just looks like a sunset. You could put that onto a painting or something like that. So because that's actually being cut out with that cream there, that's all right. That's going to be covered. And then we've got, I think it looks like a pebble wall.
Yeah, I do.
A little pebble wall on there. And again, you've got your little release holes on there. So let's just clean that die out, actually, just for quickness. There we go. And then just get that release hole, just pull that up, and you get that beautiful little sort of stonework wall.
I like it.
It is really, really nice. We've got our leaves, so they can come out in a second. And then we've got our flower. And again, that one's really easy to get out as well. So let's just pop him out.
And if you've really got the time and the inclination, you could actually paper piece that wall. Maybe if you'd got some, cut it out a couple of times with like a slate grey colour or something, that would look really like a wall, wouldn't it?
It would, absolutely. Or just pop it onto a piece of grey with a darker grey at the front.
That's the quicker way of doing it,
Yeah, like I said, but paper piecing, it does look nicer because then it's all one level.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I wanted to create a stamp, which is what I've got here, all you would do is you just take the die, make sure that it's nice and clean, it's got no cardstock, so remember it's got to go through the foam. So make sure it's got nothing left in there whatsoever. That's nice and clean. Pop it onto your foam. You don't need any sticky on there because it'll just self-support itself. It'll just push it in as it goes through the machine. So that goes onto there. Just cut straight through your machine, just as normal. Just as you normally just die cut it. You don't need to put any extra layers or anything like that on it. Let's just give it a good wind through. Okay.
I think it's called, is it called funky foam?
I think it is funky foam, yeah. So I've had it that long, it's just...
And foam Moran, maybe you've got some of that you have from our Anna.
Yeah,
that would work, I'm sure.
Especially your little offcuts for doing things like this is absolutely brilliant. But you can see there all your extra little bits and pieces, they just flip out.
Yeah.
Now, if you was creating a stamp, what I would do on there is I'd just get your PVA glue just put your glue all over the back. Just leave it to go tacky. You don't want it wet, but leave it to go tacky, and then just pop it onto your block, which is all I've done on that one, and I've left it in place, but that will peel off. You see there, it will come off, and leave your block absolutely clean. Just wash it in soapy water.
Or I suppose you could also use stick and spray, that repositionable adhesive in the aerosol. That will work.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm just going to take my 2 little leaves out of there. I've got a little bit of prodding out to do on there. So there's 1, there's 2. But what I'm going to do with that little flower that I've cut there is I'm just going to use it as a foam pad. Because it is... I've been doing that all morning.
Wrecking the joint, sorry.
It's okay. Right, so what we're going to do on that one is, same as I say, use it as a foam pad. So my little blue flower that I've got just there, just take out that little bit of cardstock. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue onto the back of that flower. Let's just take that extra off. Find your little layer that's going to match. There we are, that goes round the opposite way. And just stick it together. Now that is giving me extra dimension, and it's going to act like a foam pad, so it's going to give it lift.
Right.
And I couldn't have done that if I hadn't got a little bit of foam underneath it. You could do it with silicone, but again you would be able to see it, so this is just a way of hiding it. Okay, so on this little piece here, let me just take our stamp, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink it up just with a little bit of brown ink. I'm going to stamp off the excess because I don't want it too dark, and then I'm literally just going to just give it a little bit of a background on this little section here. So just rotate your stamp as you go across, and you can see there you've just got that beautiful little background.
Isn't it?
It is, and again it's not adding dimension either to your card. So if you're wanting to say post abroad or something like that, but you don't want any thickness onto your card, this is a great way of being able to do it.
So now your dies become stamps. Think of all the dies you've got at home that you've never thought of in that way. Now you can.
And then we can just patch up those extra little pieces where we've got those little gaps, and that's just giving me that beautiful little background. Okay, and then you'll just clean that exactly the same as you would any other little stamp.
Right.
So let's just pop our brickwork panel on there. So again, let's just get a little bit of glue. And then the brickwork panel is going to go just at the bottom, just to match up. And it's going to go just up at the top.
Now the mixed media, basically half the stock has gone virtually, so again we've got another show later on, Joe and I, but will the stock be there towards the end of the latest show? 12 o'clock is the next show.
It is. And then all I'm going to do, I'll use the more rustic side I think. Let's just get our layers in place on our card. So this is just a 6-inch card, and then I've just chopped it down to 5.5, so I've got a nice wide border all the way around. Where I've stamped off my ink is on the back, so you're not going to see that. So let's just glue that one into place. We've got our little panel. So this is what I cut my circle out of there. That's going to go just onto one side. My panel that was stamped and then used that die cut as well. And that's going to go just onto there. We've got our circle that we cut, that first cut that we made. That's going to go in. We've got our dimensional flower. Where has he gone?
Also, if you
Ooh,
cut that
away.
circle out a few times in different shades of brown, it would make it look like a bird's nest.
It would.
Wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to put my leaves on, even though I can't locate my flower. It's probably floated off somewhere. I'm going to wonder. So my leaves can go on there. When I find my flower will come up to the top. And then I've got my little sentiment there. It just says, "You've changed my world." And this was just cut out of a strip of paper and just popped on a little foam pad just for the
That's a
end
good little
of that
technique
one.
there of actually moulding it and shaping it into a...
Yeah, and say it'll just go into a flag. So a little bit of hot glue on that side will hold that in place. Foam pad on that side will hold that in place. That goes into there. My flower will go over the top of that one, wherever it is. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's there. It's down there.
Oh,
pick it up for me, Dave.
found your flower.
Found my flower. There he
you go.
is. Thank you.
Didn't see that fall off.
No, I didn't. And then again, just a little bit of glue just on the back of that foam. And that's just raised that little flower up there. Okay, and then all I'm going to do just to finish it off is I've got a little bit of pearly drops just there, and then I'm just going to add a few little dots just onto the background of the card.
Love it.
And then
there we go.
Our card's finished.
Well, it is Joy. It's a Denmark-based firm, remember, company that we bring you Joy shows every month. There is an 8-day delayed delivery, so you'll be getting this from the 10th of April. Yeah, that's when you should get it, just after that. So let's remind you of what you can still order, what's still available, what's still in stock. Now, our flowers to start off with, you're getting 7 dies in this. You get 3 sets, basically, in 7 dies in total for only £10.99. So there they are, look. You get the 2 flower dies and you get that lovely heart in the middle. £10.99, new today, that one. Then the mixed media that we've been using quite a bit in the show today. I think this is my favourite set, actually, because here, half the stock is gone. You're loving it as well. You've got your, I call it circuit boards on the left for the corners. You've then got the circle and the square that looks like driftwood. You've then got the mosaic, and you've also got the stone wall as well. £14.99, 590 482. You get all 3 of them, and they all work in all machines that are out there, size permitting, obviously. Then we go to our block die. There we are, look, this is the block mould. It's 2 dies, actually, the centre square and then the outer frame. How much? 30%'s gone at £9.99, and that's 751434. Like Joseph, very retro.
It is very retro, and again, it gives you wonderful confetti for your cards as well.
Good idea. Yeah, brilliant. So that's your block mould. Then we have the 2, the border and also the corner. And the butterfly, of course, is in both, actually, on the border and also in the corner. But that will make a wonderful square frame, the cutting and busting corner one. And then, of course, you've got the border on the other side that will stay in the cardstock.
Yes, it does.
£10.99, 568 276. Then we've got the square for you, which is an outside scalloped frame if you want a card blank, making it look a bit like a stamp. And then you've got the inside decorative frame as well. £11.99 for the 2, 526 703. And on our easel card, it's been made into a diamond shape. Then we have our masks. I'm really taken with these, actually.
Yeah, they're lovely.
You can emboss with them. You've got the Marrakesh, the honeycomb, and also the circles. All 3 of them, and they are flexible, so you can go around spherical shapes and that sort of thing.
Yep.
If you want to decorate things like, you know, lampshades or...
Lampshades or little votive candle votives, get it right way around, might help.
Or even church candles or pillar candles you can decorate
like
as well.
Yeah.
So that's that, and bottles, things like that. And then the other one, which I love as well, this is the one that's got the shard and it's got the zigzag. Bubbles as well. All those 3, they're also £14.99, so a £5 each, basically. 326 006 is that item number. And then we have our mini album. Now, this has been a runaway success as well. Half the stock is gone, and you get 2 of the bunting masks as well for decoration. But the idea is you just fold in the circular parts like that, fold them in. It then becomes a 3-dimensional album that's got a bit of depth to it, so you can put your embellishments in there as well.
Yeah, exactly. And you only need a pair of scissors and a scoring tool or a pencil, something like that, and a ruler. And then you also get your matting and layering, all obviously indicated on there. So you draw around that, cut that out as well, and then all your matting and layering will fit in accordingly as well.
Fab, brilliant. Good show. We're back at 12 o'clock.
We are.
That is £10.99 if you want to go for that, and everything else in the show is so affordably priced as well. We literally are out of time on this one. The one-day special, or what's left of it, that's the big thing, is coming up. It's groovy, and I know virtually all of it went in a launch show last night. So what's left, Charlie will update you on that with Linda Williams in the next part of the show. I'll see you at 12 then.
Yeah, see you later.
Cup of coffee in the meantime.
Definitely.
OK. Stay tuned, though. Easter Monday on Hochanda. Lots to look forward to over the next few hours. Yes, it's our Get Groovy One Day special coming up in just a second, or what's remaining of it. Stampendous the hour after. I'll see you for that. And then Brusho, Bites in the Garden. That's all coming up over the next few hours here on Hochanda.
Welcome to the newest exciting way to shop here at Hochanda, Craft Price Drop. Tune in for your favourite craft brands at absolutely incredible low prices. Make sure to get in early before the quantity reaches zero and the price locks. You've got to be in it to win it. Everybody pays the lowest price.
Do you realise it was a year ago that we sat here and told everyone we were joining Hochanda?
I know, and hasn't it been amazing?
But out with me, mate. It's our Miss Paula. Hello, dear. Hello.
Thank you, babe.
Strike that pose then. Go on.
A solid pattern in the center, so you can stamp it in the center. Beautiful, beautiful base dice.
And we have our evening stroll. Come on, Jodie. Here we go. Take my arm. There we go. We're going to go straight.
Sorry, we're just dancing.
We've got a special event just for you, full of some of your favourite products and some brand new ones.
I'll be kicking off the celebrations on the 5th of April at 6 p.m. with the Tim Holtz glass media mat and the travel stamp platform.
Throughout the event, I'm going to be introducing the Kaleidoscope Weekend Wow, micromists, confetti glitter and brand new flower apertures. As a thank you to all of you who have joined us on Hochanda over the year, we're going to be doing something extra special. For all of you who are not Freedom members, with our special promo code TONIC1, we will be giving you a bonus month's membership. And for all of you who are already Freedom members, you will have the opportunity to claim a bonus gift worth at least £6.97.
As well as that, you will also have the opportunity to win a dream day at Hochanda, where you can craft along with myself and Jodie.
So join us for our first anniversary from 6 p.m. on the 5th of April, only on Hochanda.
Well, isn't that just delightful? Welcome back to a very, very busy one-day special. My name's Charlie. We're joined with Linda. Linda, lovely to work with you.
Nice
and we're actually talking about the first time we met, and it was in the glamorous setting of a motorway services.
Yes, it was, Charlie.
And since then, I'm looking forward to doing a show with you.
Yeah.
So finally, this is the day. Now, tell us how you got into crafting, because you've been parching for quite a while now.
About 20 years now.
20 years,
yes,
that's fantastic.
20 years, and I found the craft purely by mistake. We wanted to do an evening class with a friend of mine, and I wanted to do stained glass, and she didn't want to do that because she'd get her hands dirty.
Right, okay.
So we decided we'd stick a pen on the page in the prospectus and go from there, and it landed on parchment craft, and she said, "What's that?" And I said, "Well, I don't know what it is." So we went along and we found out. So
that is brilliant. And again,
we're
talking about groovy, how it's helped it become even more accessible for a broader range of people. Is that fair to say, do you think?
That's fair to say, yeah, absolutely. Parchment craft it's a beautiful art form, but unfortunately it was really
it's quite tricky.
Dying.
Quite tricky.
Yeah, it's tricky, and a lot of older people were doing the craft. It was a retired person's craft, really, because it was so time consuming, and so there were a lot of older people doing it. No younger people were doing it because of the hectic lifestyle that they lead.
Right, of course.
And you know, it took way too long, and a lot of the older people then were having problems with their hands and their eyesight. So it was slowly dying on its feet, and then all of a sudden Groovy came along and boom, it just took off again.
And it just took off again.
Just took off. It was amazing to watch.
It's just such a wonderful idea, the Groovy system. And if you are new to this, bear with us. We've got starter kits, we've got all sorts to get you into parchment with Groovy. But there is a reason why it's become so popular. It is because of the Groovy system. And also, when you've got designs like this is wonderful. And these were your designs then, Linda?
Yes.
So what have we got here then? What kind of designs are we looking at?
It's parchment lace and roses. I think lace is synonymous with the traditional parchment craft, and flowers are always one of the most popular things that people look for in the patterns.
Well, they're just so useful, aren't they? They're not niche. They're very, very open to so many occasions. And again, this is for card making, like home decor as well. This is ideal for, do you think?
Yes, pictures, lampshades, yes, keepsakes for babies, for anyone really, for anybody's birthday, or for, I mean, some of the Groovy plates that we had before for children's rooms, babies' rooms.
Right.
They make beautiful boxes. You can apply it to lots.
To a lot, can't you? And what I love about the Groovy system, you can extract various different elements. So if you look at the plates we got, you can use them like that, or you can extract these elements and make your own composition. So we're not taking anything away from parchment in a creative sense, because with this, you can just create your own designs, your own compositions, using these boards, and they're just so beautiful. My favourite one here is the roses. This is stunning. And again, the detail here, so it's been etched to a very certain depth in the plate, is that right?
That's right, because when you put your parchment on top of it, and then you put the embossing tool into the groove, it won't break the parchment. It glides smoothly within the groove.
I see.
So every time, I mean, the traditional parchment craft, you trace it with a white pencil, which would take you hours to trace and then emboss, whereas now it takes you minutes.
You glide around, don't you?
That's right, and you get a perfect result every time.
Because it's hard to pierce the parchment because there's nowhere for it to go.
That's right.
You're on the actual groove, on the etch there. So if you were to copy the plates exactly how they were, this is what we do. So this is really to show you the designs, but these are absolutely mind-blowing. Now, just to let you know, before we look at some more cards, the one-day special, it sold out yesterday. It did sell out. We've got a bit of stock back on extended delivery. It's an extra 7 days, so you get the same price, same deal, same everything. You just wait an extra week for all of this to be delivered to your door. Now, they were also available individually. They've sold out too. It's been an absolute meltdown for this, but 10% of the extended delivery stock has actually already gone, or slightly just more than that actually now. So if you'd like to get it, I honestly recommend getting it this hour. And this is what's achievable. Linda, this is absolutely stunning.
This is Gail Sydenham's work.
Gail's.
Gail does a lot of painting on parchment. She's a wonderful artist, and she's captured the roses beautifully there. She's got some lovely shading. Isn't that beautiful?
It's stunning. Do you know what my absolute favourite part when I watch you guys do your thing is it's the white work.
Yes.
It's fascinating to watch, and it's so deeply satisfying.
Yes.
And Jacqueline did this one.
Josie.
Oh, sorry, Josie.
Davidson.
Oh, beg your pardon, Josephine.
Yes.
Thanks, Josephine.
She's a traditional parcher as well, who's come over onto, started using the Groovy system almost in the beginning.
Right.
And she's producing some really beautiful work. And of course, a lot of people incorporate the Groovy with their traditional as well. And lots of people who started off with the Groovy and now wanting to learn the traditional. So it's been so wonderful.
So it goes full circle.
Oh, it's all come together, and for me, the amalgamation between the flowers and the lace is synonymous.
It's synonymous, but it's beautiful. And going back to the actual designs, they are very useful designs. Maybe that's why these have been so popular. And you can use these independently. We've actually got a starter kit. These kind of slot into your plate mate, don't they?
That's right, and the plate mate is in the starter kits.
Right.
So you get the plate mate, you get 2 Groovy tools, which are double-ended.
Okay.
So you've got 4 sizes of ball tools on there. You get a beautiful design sheet by Tina Cox.
Yes.
And there's some samples there that you can make, and the step-by-steps are in there as well.
So it's all, you're not going to be all the gear, no idea. With
All the gear.
You've got lots and lots and lots of inspiration
That's
there.
right.
So these are actually beautiful. We're very busy for this. Thanks very much, Glynis, who did this one too. They're beautiful. That's just 2 of the designs. You're getting 4 designs with this. So have a look at this one, the Cosmos. That's beautiful. So again, with these, we've got very useful elements inside this one too.
That's right. You've got at least 3 borders there. So you can, combine them all together, or you can use them individually, which I'll probably will be doing later on.
Isn't that lovely? They are beautiful. We've got demonstrations, so do stay tuned for this.
That's Josephine Davidson, yes. That's Josie again, traditional parcher. Always done lots of beautiful lace work around the edge.
They're smart, aren't they? Is that beautiful? And got this one from Karen. We can look at these for hours because there's so much to observe here, but I want to show you as many inspiration as possible. This is from Karen. Karen, thank you. And that's called Pico Cutting.
Yes.
Is that right?
And she's not got any flowers on there. She's just taken the various elements from the one plate and made a beautiful white work flower. Or you could make stars out of that as well, couldn't you?
But again, you can just take different aspects from these designs and create your own cards, your own designs, your own composition. That's what I love about this. It's so easily accessible. Now, Joe, we've got another one. That's the third one. We've got the fourth one. It's the one I can't pronounce.
The Aquilegia.
That's the one. Aquilegia. There we go. But this one is the Aquilegia. There we go. But this is beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? So you get like almost like henna inspired around the outside.
Yes.
That's what I'm getting for that. Is that beautiful?
Yes.
Again, if you're looking to do some white work, there's plenty of opportunities within the petals of the actual leaves as well, I would say. That's gorgeous. So who did this one then?
I did that one.
Oh, you did this? Oh,
yes.
Gorgeous. So you know it well.
I know it well.
That's beautiful. I mean, how long does that take? Something like that?
Oh, I think probably about 2.5, 3 hours from start to finish. Yes.
That's beautiful. And are you happy for us to make and sell cards that we make with these?
Absolutely, yes.
That's brilliant.
Yes,
that's
as
wonderful.
many as you like, yes.
Well, do you know what? They are the 4 designs. I'll try and show you some more inspiration later on in the show. But it's not just the actual plates. By the way, again, I'll have to mention this again. They have sold out individually, so the only way you can get them now is in the one-day special. We're now on the we're now 20% of the extended delivery stock gone. It sold out last night. We've got some more stock back. You wait an extra 7 days. We try and keep up with the demand here. You're saving £12 on the one-day special. But like I said, it's not just these 4 plates. You also get papers to get you going. Now, this is we've got 2 different colours here.
Yes, we've got baby pink and powder blue.
Beautiful.
Beautiful colours, yes.
Oh, lovely. And they're A4 in size, so we can make a lot of cards from those, can't we?
Yes.
Well, there we go. You're getting those, so you get 20 sheets, 10 of each colour there. It's all one big one-day special, £39.94. Now, if that's out of your budget, if it helps, stagger the cost on FlexiBuy. It's 2 payments of £19.97. You pay 1 today, you add your P&P, all of this delivered to your door. Get it while I can. We're now 20% of the restock gone. Once that's gone, I don't think we can get any more. I think that is it. No, I'm getting... we've got Paul Church in the studio as well. Everyone's shaking their heads at me. No, don't say that. Whatever you do. It's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. Well done if you're going to get it. It's 961-913. Number to dial 01733 602,000. Or you can shop on our website, hochanda.com. Speaking of our website, actually, Linda and I were talking about the starter kit. You can see it right here. This is the quickest way to buy it. And again, it comes with that plate mate, and once you've got that plate mate in the starter kit, you buy add-ons. They slot in. It's modular. You slot it into the plate mate, like the one-day special, for example. You're just buying yourself so many tools, so many options to create, well, parchment craft just consistently and immaculately. It makes it so accessible. Now, if you'd like to add some colour, we've got the Pokemon Dorso crayons designed to work with parchment, because, of course, the nature of parchment, we can't get it too wet. That's the whole idea of these. That's what these are designed for. £20.99, the 2 packs of the crayons and the Dorso oil. That's how you get these beautiful blends. Now, we're having a ridiculously busy show. I don't think it's going to last. I think it's going to go this hour. That's my gut feeling on this. That's the reason. Once it's gone, well, Linda tells some very good jokes, apparently, I hear as well. We'll find out later on. So, Linda, what's the first thing you'd like to show us?
Well, I'm going to show you this project here.
Lovely. Oh, beautiful.
So there's a little bit of coloured work in the middle, and there's quite a bit of cutting there. But within the ribbons, you could just leave that. You don't have to cut that out. It'll look equally pretty if you didn't cut it out. And if you want to do something easy, you can just cut a straight edge rather than use your 2-needle tool and your scissors. But I will show that later on.
Okay. But you can take it as far as you want, so don't be daunted by it, because that's a masterpiece. You can go as far as you want to take it, can't you?
As easy or as difficult as you want to make it.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
So what's the first step then?
Right, okay, so what you need first of all is your plate mate.
Okay.
So this is your plate mate.
In the starter kit?
From the starter kit, and you need your the plate, whichever plate you're going to use, and it fits neatly into the...
So it's like a modular system we got here. It's a wonderful design.
So I'm going to emboss the... can you see that? The
frame?
The double frame there. I'm going to emboss that first.
Oh, lovely, okay.
So I've already done one, okay, which is the complete frame that's on the plate.
Right.
So I'm going to make a circle out of that now. So I'll just turn it round a little bit.
And this one is so versatile. You can just chop and change.
If I put them together like that, you can see that. Yeah, it'll make an oval. Okay, if I overlap one, just the one there, I'll overlap that one with that one there, and I make a circle. You've got to be a little bit precise about where you place it.
It's like a puzzle.
Yes, you can make all shapes really. You can make a long oval, short oval, or a circle. So if you notice, Charlie, you can feel the grooves there.
You can, can't you?
Yeah.
They've been etched to a very specific depth here, haven't they? So what happens if you jump out of the groove?
It doesn't mark your parchment at all. I quite
often
jump out if I'm rushing.
Yeah.
The tool will pop out.
Extreme crafting.
Yes, extreme. We do a lot of that.
Right.
So I'm going to use my groovy guard just to protect my parchment from sweaty hands or.
And we've got this on the show.
Going to go into the groove and etch around.
So we're having a number of people buying the starter kit as we speak, so it's nice. It's exciting to know that a lot of you are getting into this. Maybe this is the hour you're thinking, I'm going to give this a go. It could be developed into, well, a huge passion, you know, why not?
Yes, well, you've got some lovely plates in there as well. You've got a nested square, which is excellent to have. It's a good basic one to start with. And
you've got the mountains
you've got
too.
The mountains,
the trees,
and the trees. That's lovely, and then you've got the patterns as well that you can follow.
Of course.
So there we are. I've embossed now my double outline, and you emboss all the little lines within and the tiny little semicircles. See, you could never have traced these tiny little semicircles in the traditional way with a white pencil.
Would
they
you
are too small.
To do that or not?
Not with a white pencil, no. They're way too small. You wouldn't be able to see it for a start, and white pencil is never that fine, is it?
No.
So you would never get that fine tip on your white pencil to be able to do that. So there's lots of things you can do with groovy that you couldn't do in the traditional way.
And it's almost like a safety net, the groovy, because it's hard to pierce it where you don't want to.
That's right.
Did you ever, when you were doing it the traditional way, did you ever ruin a card on the last minute?
Oh yes, very often.
Yeah, because I can feel that in your eyes. I always want to ask someone that, because I think you spend hours and hours, days, and you're signing your name.
Oh, it's gone in a minute.
Yeah, that's really frustrating.
I mean, sometimes you could save it, but quite often you couldn't.
Yeah.
I know, it was dreadful.
I thought you wanted to ask that. I've always wondered.
Right, so the next bit I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss the flowers inside.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to make my own little design up inside. So I'm just going to use the different size aquiliges. So you've got the face-on ones. I'm going to take the easier ones now rather than the side-on ones. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different sizes there.
Okay.
So you can make yourself a little design in the centre.
Oh, by the way, well over 20% of the stock's now gone. About 30% of the stock's now gone. Right, I think it's going to go. It's just gone to 9:15. I think it's going to go. We've sold out already on the one-day special. We've got the same deal back on extended delivery. So it's still a one-day special. You're still getting that saving, but again, 30% of the restock's gone. Now, once this is gone, that's it for now. There is no more. So please get this money can. If you do want to get yours, it's the 4 plates, it's the 20 sheets of parchment. Again, you're saving £12. Have it on FlexiBuy. You simply tick the red box on our website, divides it all for you. It's 2 payments of £19.97 today, and you add your P&P. Wonderful. Thanks for that, Linda. We're on edge here.
So I'm just using the number 1 tool to etch the flowers here. Now, if you're a traditional parchment crafter, there's another way you can do this. Because the traditional way is to lose the embossed line within the embossing to give it a more natural look.
Okay.
So if you're an inexperienced parchment crafter, you start off with the number 1 tool. And if you want to go that one step further, I'll do another one of those now, and I can show you.
It's more like a selection of tools, these groovy plates, aren't they? Because you're just moving it around, taking bits, taking inspiration from all over the place. Yes. And with 4, that's a lot. That's a lot of inspiration.
So with this one, I'm going to turn the tool round, and I'm going to use the number 2 tool, and I'm going to can then show you the difference from the front.
Okay.
So with this, I'm just going to gently go into the groove, and that then will give you an etched line that would resemble what you would get when you would trace lightly with a white pencil. So for those traditional parches, we can get the same look that we used to get with a white pencil, embossing the design and then rubbing out the white pencil. So that eliminates the harsh white outline.
So more of an authentic feel, perhaps?
Yeah, that's right.
I've never seen that been done before, actually. In terms of doing it really, really faint there, don't you think?
Well, it's so faint, and it's so easy to lose your outline in the embossing, and it does give a totally different effect. And you can put some leaves in there as well. It all depends what you want to put in there.
Oh, I see.
Can you see the difference in that now?
It's almost like a second generation.
That's right.
A sense of perspective you've got
Yes, that's
there.
right. And I'll show you the difference now. When we start to emboss that, I can show you the difference.
So, can I hold that forward? Is
yes,
that right?
certainly, yes.
Isn't that pretty? I mean, already you're watching it grow, and you can work really quickly with this. Actually, if you wanted to. Isn't that beautiful? You can see in the background there. So that's one we did just ever so lightly. And it's less prominent, isn't it?
Yes.
It's all set back.
Yes.
And again, the reason we get the white really is because we're stretching the fibres to a very specific depth. And that depth has all been done for you with the etching of the groovy plates. And that's all you need to. You just glide it around. You haven't got to worry about it. You just glide around with your tool.
So now I'm going to frame it, Charlie. So I've got my A4 square.
Oh, I know the one, yes.
And that comes in two parts for easy transport and to protect it, really, because it's quite vulnerable.
Right, so it's
like that. And then just stick two groovy tabs, and I just fold it over and take it with me wherever I go. It's brilliant.
Oh, nice. And this is one with the most elegant font around the outside.
Yes.
It's really
beautiful
quite
font.
It's a James,
yes.
isn't it, this one?
And then you've got the nested squares, the extended squares, sorry, with the alphabet in the middle. It's a really, really useful plate. We've got that one as well.
We have got this on the show in detail side of the screen.
That's a good basic.
It's really, an essential, I think.
I keep going back to this one. I use this plate every week.
Right, okay.
It's brilliant, it really is. So I'm going to emboss the 7th, 8th and 9th squares in. So what you do, it really is just, you can place your design in the middle. So you've got some guidelines there. You know it's in the middle. Make sure it's taped down. And
you've got so many references for position, get it nice and even.
Yes, yes. And you really don't want it to move when you're doing this, because you're embossing quite a large area. And if it slips, the ends of your squares don't meet, so that's happened often too.
If you wonder why I've gone a bit quiet, we've had some news. We're now 40% of the stock gone of the. This is I think it's going to go the sound, you know. I do. Right, so if you have just tuned in, I know I'm going on, forgive me, because I know another demonstrations, but I don't want you to miss out. So you're getting each 4 of these plates. They were available individually, they've sold out, but you can get them as part of this extended stock, extended delivery of the one-day special. You're still getting that price because it did sell out last night actually. Didn't even make it to this morning. So again, same deal, same everything. You just wait an extra 7 days for it to be delivered straight to your home. You're getting 20 sheets of the parchment as well. Over 40% of the restock is gone. Once that's gone, that's it. That's gone. Sorry for that, Linda.
That's
Thank
okay,
you.
no problem. So I forgot to say, I did rub, before I started to emboss, I did rub a tumble dryer sheet over the parchment just to make sure that the tool glides. Just
glides easy, yeah.
Yes,
okay. It's like greasing it up, but no grease.
Yes, that's right. So I'm going to do the 7th, 8th and 9th squares in. Now, like I said before, if you've got a big sheet of parchment, it can move if you haven't secured it properly. But if you use your groovy guards, you can be sure that the ends of once you go around your square, that they will meet. Because if it moves slightly, the lines don't meet. So it's quite important to get that bit right.
I see.
So if I put my groovy guard down, and I know I'm going to do that one, that one, and that one. Okay.
Okay.
So.
And this guard here helps because if like me, you've got sweaty palms.
Sweaty palms.
The stock level's making me do that, by the way. But here, it helps to protect the work.
It does, yes. And I mean, I don't, it doesn't matter how often you wash your hands. There's always some sort of residue on your hands, isn't it?
There is, yeah. Not last night's kebab or anything like that.
You always get greasy marks or something on your parchment. You can rub them out to the rubber.
Right.
But with this coloured parchment, the colour is actually flooded onto the back of the parchment.
That's right.
I'll show you that in a minute now, how to find out which side your colour is on. And if you've got greasy marks on the back of your coloured parchment, if you start rubbing, you're going to rub off the colour. So if that has happened to you, I use an anti-static bag. I rub it over, and it tends to get rid of the greasy mark.
Oh, is that what it does?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good tip.
And can you see the lines that I'm embossing? They're pink.
Yes.
They're not white. But when I turn it over now, they'll be white on the front.
So is the colour on this side?
The colour is on this side. It's a little bit more vibrant than on the other side. It's a little bit more difficult to see on the pink and the blue because they're so pale. It's more noticeable on the darker colours.
Okay.
But if I get a white sheet now, I'll show you. Might not be able to see it.
No, I'm sure we can.
So, yes, it's a little bit paler, but it's more noticeable on something that's darker.
No, I know. So again, so I see the white is going to take charge, isn't it? So the white's going to prevail over the colour.
Yeah. So the pale colour is the front. If you want your embossing to be white, you need to be embossing on the colour flooded side so that your embossing remains white.
Okay.
So the dark side
the difference there.
is your back of your parchment.
Okay.
Okay, and the light side is the right side of your parchment. If you want your embossing to be white. If you want your embossing to be pink,
it'll be less, maybe for backgrounds it'll be less obvious.
It's less noticeable.
Less noticeable, yeah, I see.
Yes.
Oh, right, lovely.
Okay. So, right. And now I'm going to emboss.
I like a little checklist. There's a lot to this. But again, you can go as far as you want. Maybe start some little gift cards or maybe bookmarks. I've seen a lot of bookmarks being made. They're beautiful, like little bite-sized pizza. That'd be a really nice idea as well. And again, if you just tuned in, that's what we're aiming for this hour. Look at this, isn't that beautiful? And again, you can do this at home. And again, if you're a beginner, what would you suggest starting off with?
Oh, definitely the starter kit.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's everything in there you need to produce a really nice project.
Right.
And then once you buy the starter kit, then you can start adding in small amounts as you can afford it, you know?
Of course, you can add on bits, can't you, there?
Yes.
Well, there we go, there it is. So it's £49.99. That's 587104. You get the plate mate and you get the board as well, and you get all those plates you can slot in. You get parchment cards, you get tools, you get all different bits and pieces of project books as well. Do you know what, I must go and just remind you of the one day special. Shall I do a recap quickly? Does that kind of idea?
Fabulous.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
We're a meltdown for this one day special. I know a lot of people in the 9 o'clock hour kind of tune in and out, so I just wanted to let you know just briefly, because I know a lot of the demonstrations, but if you just tuned in, half the stock is now gone on the extended delivery. So we sold this out last night. This is the one day special. This is a big success. These are all Linda's designs. You can see all of these plates you're getting right there. But you can extract, you can mix and match. You can use them as they are if you wanted to. But if you want plates, if you've got borders, you've got those. If you want corner flourishes, you've got those. If you want like a mandala kind of effect for the flower, then look at the Aquilegia as well. Aquilegia? Aquilera, no, Aquilegia, that one. So you've got this. But again, you can take bits out. If you want the petals there, you can use those with that as a frame. There's so many different options for you right there. Do you know what? The bit around the outside, the very top bit, if you want to leave out the lines and the detail, imagine just some white work around the outside, just the most beautiful frame. We've got this one, we've got all of these included. Let me show you some examples, because we need to get back to Linda. We're getting very busy for this. I don't know how long it's going to last, if the hour. Or, in fact, you know what? Not even 27 minutes in, I do think we may get this out. We've got lots of cards. This is beautiful. This is from Carol, this one. Carol, thank you so much. I'm just going to show you a mixture of all of the plates, because you were able to get these individually, but now they have gone as individuals. Well, they did come in pairs, but over 50% of the restock has gone. So if you'd like to get yours, I would suggest dialing the number now. It's 01733 602 000, or shop on the website, hochanda.com. You can have it on FlexBuy if you want to, and you can make cards like this. That was from Amanda. Amanda, thank you very much indeed. They're all beautiful. They're all masterpieces. Another one from Glynis. I know all these names so well. They're actually beautiful. I knew Linda's name before it came on there as well. Not only because I met her in Motorway Services, but also from a designs from a card she's kindly made for us. But this is absolutely beautiful. From Becca made this one. And again, if you're looking to get into this, if you just got your starter kit, have these to slot in. These are so usable, these designs. Think what occasions would you be able to use these for? Birthdays, weddings, you know, you're covered then, aren't you? So there might be some parts in here, depending what coloured backgrounds, what colour papers you're going to use, maybe use them for around Christmas time as well. But you can make and sell with these too, and this could be one of those hobbies that you become absolutely addicted to. Why not? We've got another one here from Gail. I don't think I mentioned all the names, forgive me, but Gail, thank you very, very much indeed for that. We've got another one right here, also from Gail, but this is just a taste of what you can do. It's so achievable. It's that groovy system that makes this wonderful art form so accessible. You just put the page on the plate and you just glide around. You pick out which elements you like. You can take it as far as you want to. Well, again, you're saving £12 here. All you pay today, £19.97. That's your first FlexBuy payment of £2, if you like to stagger the cost. And that's 961913. But let's see what else you could be doing with this wonderful one-day special. Oh, it is mind-blowing, isn't it? I'm not the only fan. You're a huge fan of all these. And Linda, because these are your designs, I must ask, what made you design these? I mean, what was your inspiration for this?
Well, being a traditional parcher, we always used to go for the flowers, and every time I designed traditional parchment patterns, it was always the flowers that went really well and were the most popular.
Oh, I see.
And always, it's the traditional lace work, and I thought, well, what better combination than flowers and lace, and to be able to make lacework patterns that are achievable for everybody to do, which is brilliant. You know, the people that have bought these will be producing the most beautiful cards. You know, so quite quickly as well. It's not about the speed; it's about enjoying the moment with parchment. But if you do want to get a quick card done, then you've also got that option too. It's wonderful. Now we're in the middle of this card. This is looking wonderful. Yes. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put the tangled ribbon within the frame.
Okay.
And it's quite a nice thing to do.
It's beautiful.
It's very relaxing. So I'm using the rose plate, and I've got it. You can't read rose, so you know it's the wrong way round.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's the etching is on the back. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm still working on the back of my parchment, so you can see I'm working on the darker side, the colour flooded side.
I see.
So always make sure that you're on the right side, because there is a tendency when you've gone and done something else, oh, am I on the right side?
You're speaking from experience there, aren't you?
Yeah, I am, yeah. I mean...
I can hear it in your voice.
An option
Gosh,
is...
you say. That's mildly frustrating.
An option is to right.
Right side,
so
okay.
For a beginner, that's a brilliant
That's a
thing
good
to
idea.
do. Put right. And if you can't read it, it's wrong.
It's wrong, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to put the tangled ribbon in. I mean, everybody's tangled ribbon will be different to everybody else's. You just put the bits in. What they need to do is they need to crisscross, and you need to be thinking of the bits that you're going to be cutting out in between. So don't have your spaces too small, but fill it, you know, to the how you like it then.
Okay.
You know, you don't have to put as much in if you don't want to. But what they do is they hold that piece in place to the frame. Okay, so they need to
think about that.
They need to be meeting up.
Otherwise, just cutting out the middle, aren't they?
Exactly. You can't. I've done that too.
Have you?
You think, oh, great, this looks really good. You cut it
oh,
out.
it's that last bit
out.
towards the end. Ah.
Yeah. Quite
be a nice coaster. No, it wouldn't take the heat or the moisture, would it? No.
So you've got the outer one is a little bit bigger than the inner one. You can see the inner one's a little bit finer, a bit smaller. You can use both, or you can use one if you want. So all you do is just position it with the number 1 tool, and I'm not going to stick this down now because I'm going to be moving it about. Make sure you don't go into your frame, and you need to concentrate a little bit on this now when you start moving it about, because you want one ribbon to fall underneath the other. Okay, so if I'll put a thinner one there. Now that part there, I want this to be on the top, okay, because I've already done it. So that's going underneath that. So if I start there, and then I won't make a mistake. I'm working in my own shadow here a little bit, so it's a little bit difficult to see.
No, we can see that. That's beautiful. That's perfect. And do you have to, are you pressing down really hard then?
It's as if you would press when you know, as if you were writing something.
So if you can hold a pencil, we should have no problem doing this.
Yes, you'll have no problem, yes.
And obviously we're not doctors, we can't make any claims or anything, but I need to know that you find this very relaxing. When I've had a go, I find I just really switch off. I find it quite therapeutic.
Yeah. And this is why you need to make sure that you don't make any mistakes when you're crossing things over. And you need to make sure that you're on the right side of the parchment, because it is so relaxing. You can lose yourself. You know, you lose yourself, and then somebody knocks the door, and then you go and answer the door, and then you come back to it, and you say, you carry on, and oops, you've made a mistake, because you've lost your concentration, you've forgotten where you were. So just carry on that way, and just fill it in. Just make sure that you're avoiding the bits that go underneath.
You get beautiful borders made from this.
Yes, you can.
There's so many possibilities. I mean, even from one plate now, you probably get an idea. There's a lot we can do with this. There's a lot of different compositions we can compose from that one plate. Imagine what you can do with 4. 4 of them. That's the one-day special. And the plates. Oh, by the way, 60% of the restock's gone now. 60%'s gone. Sold out last night. This is all we've got left now. This is on extended delivery. We're trying to keep up with demand here, folks. So you wait an extra 7 days for this to be delivered to your door, but you are still getting that one-day special price. Still the one-day special. You're saving your £12, £39.94, but it's also on FlexiBuy. 2 payments, £19.97. That's all you pay today. £19.97. Now, if you're a Freedom member, delivered to your door for that price. If not, just add your £2.95 P&P. That's 961913. All you do, you tick the box, the FlexiBuy box, before you check out. It's on the final page before you check out on our website, or give our call centre a ring. They'll make sure you got wherever you like delivered straight to your door. Beautiful. It's a big bundle. They're lovely. Thanks, Linda.
That's okay. Right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rub out the colour from the back of the parchment.
Okay.
Because it's flooded on the back, you can actually rub the colour out.
Okay.
Take the colour off the parchment. So you can
see
that's
the front we're looking at right now.
Yeah, I've actually done it there. I've rubbed the colour out of that one, and I've started embossing that one. So if you actually rub the colour out, you get a nice shading. Okay? So I use just an ordinary rubber, like a pencil.
That's just a rubber?
It's a pencil rubber, yeah.
See, for highlighting areas, it looks a little bit frosted.
Yeah, that's right. It'll highlight the areas, and it gives you then a chance to colour on the back, and what the colour that you lay down is the colour that shows through the parchment. Because if I was to colour over the pink, because I want to put some colour in, if I was to colour over the pink, it would affect the colour that I'm putting.
You can see that was the pigment being removed.
You can see it coming off, can't you?
So I thought that was just white work you did, so that's interesting.
I mean, you can leave it at that if you want to. If you're a true beginner and you don't want to go any further, you can just leave it. It takes a couple of times to.
I think I can understand what you were saying earlier about flowers have always been very popular in parchment in the traditional sense, but they're just so usable.
Yes.
There has to be an essential. I think alphabet frames are essentials in their own right, and but then I think flowers, actually, I really do.
Yeah.
For sad occasions, happy occasions.
Yeah, well, yes, almost everything really. And you can mix and match them. You can make up your own bouquets.
You could, couldn't you?
You know.
So you can actually cut out and shape parchment if you want to, embellishments and things.
You can, yes, you can curl the ends. You know, it does. It has its limitations, but
of course,
you can do some nice layering. There's actually one card that is layered, and I think Paul is looking for it. It was done by Jane Telford.
We're currently
it's in the
Is it in here?
pile.
Oh, let's have a
yes,
look.
Because that was the.
Do you know what? I want to be careful with these. Is it in here? Ah,
that's it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh wow! So who did this one? Sorry,
that's
Jane.
Jane Telford.
Jane, that is beautiful.
Isn't that lovely?
Wow.
So she's actually used a 2-needle tool around there, and she's got a picot edge on all of those flowers. That must have taken her some time. And you see the lace panel, she's actually cut the whole thing out and within.
Right.
So if you compare it to
that's
that one...
That's magnificent.
This one is relatively simple, the centre.
Yes.
It's still very, very effective. But that would be the first stage, would be to put it within a square.
Yeah.
And then you could just cut out around the edge, or you can cut out within.
So you can get, if that goes, you can go as far as you want, but both, they're so cleverly done. Oh, it's upside down, that helps, isn't it? They're so cleverly done. There we are. Yeah. It really is, again, you can, if you're put off by the cutting part initially, or if you haven't got time to go to that length, then
that's Chris Walker.
That's Chris, thanks Chris and
then
James.
You've got a Karen Jackson.
Beautiful.
As just cut out within, so there's a different one again.
Oh, nice. And that's actually how the plate, you can just use the plate as it is, really. You can just leave bits out, because they're spaced out in a very artistic manner, of course.
Yes.
Isn't that beautiful?
And then made in a way that you can extract parts without leaving marks where the other parts are attached.
Right, okay.
Because the lines don't quite meet up. They've been cleverly done, so that if you just take an element of it and leave out, say you just took the arch and wanted to leave those out, because those aren't quite touching on the plates, you can actually leave those out without leaving little dots where the line's connected.
Again, that's almost therapeutic in its own right as well.
Yes.
Again, you may think that, who knows, everyone's different, of course, but that, honestly, I can vouch for myself, I find this so relaxing. When I have the old go, it's beautiful. It's just a wonderful, way to spend some time, and the time you spend is obvious as well in the card, and the look on people's face when you've made this, when you present that to them, that must be a wonderful feeling.
So you can see now the white colours come off.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the front.
So it depends what colour of card you lay this onto, don't you, really?
Exactly, yes. And that allows you then to colour nicely on the back and to emboss as well and get some nice white embossing.
Okay.
I mean, you can do the white without removing the colour. I've done a little bit of white embossing on there without removing the colour.
Okay.
So if you look at the difference between that one and that one, I know there's colour on that, but if you just take it into context with the middle, there is a difference.
Sure.
Okay, and with this one, I've just embossed the lines with a 2mm tool. Can you see how you've lost then? You cannot see the outline of the inner flower there, because I've lost the lines within the embossing.
Of course,
so if you use a 2mm tool, you can actually achieve what you would have achieved the traditional way.
That look, it's that traditional look.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
There's no outline.
No,
there, is there?
that's right.
It's really exciting, isn't it?
It is. So I'm going to do a little bit of embossing now, just to show you.
Now we've got these embossing tools on the show. We've got the colours on the show. We've got some of Linda's books on the show too. We've got an awful lot on our website, so do shop ahead for those. Beautiful.
All right. Okay, so the embossing is done on the back.
Right.
Generally, I'm using an excellent embossing mat.
This is a wonderful thing, and I know Paul, who just handed me this. Thanks, Paul. Paul's a big fan of this too.
He is, yes.
And I was thinking, how on earth can that make a difference? But it does. it's extraordinary.
I get much better results with this one than with the softer mats. Yes.
I don't. It's just a very a lot of developers, very specific density, I suppose. Here,
and it's very thin, and it stops you from
overdoing it, overcooking as Bob might say.
Yeah. I mean, if you're really hard, you know, and do it too quickly, and do your embossing within 5 minutes,
right?
Then you are going. It has the possibility of buckling the parchment.
Okay.
But with this mat, it does sort of hold you back.
So when you're doing the white work, then that's what helps. It's an aid for that.
That's right. So when you do the white work, you generally start with the largest tool. So I've got a 6mm ball tool here, and what I do is it's like striking a match. It's a press and a flick away from you, and I'm moving over ever so slightly, and I'm just trying to get that smooth.
It's quite forgiving, the mat, isn't it? I mean, obviously you've been parching traditionally for many years, but if you're new to it, especially,
so that gives you that a nice smooth line. Okay. So if it's better than actually being very random with your embossing and then trying to fill it in, and then you find it's really difficult to lose those darker lines in the middle.
Right.
So better to go slow and just edge over slightly all the time. Okay, so I'm going to do. I've already started that one, so I'm going to emboss a little bit of that one now, and then I'll emboss that one a little bit more, because you should always leave your parchment to rest at least 20 minutes to 30 minutes between layers.
Right.
And it's just a light layer each time. If you don't, then, you know, you're going a little bit too quick.
A bit too quick.
It does tend to buckle.
Now, we've got this mat, the Pergamano embossing mat, excellent, on the website, hochanda.com. You'll see it on the website if you'd like to add that in. Give our call centre a ring, they'll make sure you got it. Again, the item for this is 627 681 at £15.90. Are you thinking, how on earth does that make a difference? It does. It's weird. It really does make a difference. We've also got tools on the show as well. If like embossing tools, we've got an awful lot right there. And there we go. So if you want your piercing tools as well, here are the piercing tools. So it's the needle tool set, 7 tools with a bonus start and the wheel tool, worth £16.90. So the ones we're looking at right here, this is for your piercing work, and now it's £59.15, or 2 flex by payments, £29.58. 777 564. But with that one day special, I must just please remind you, we did sell out of the one day special. These are all Linda's designs. They sold out last night. We launched these at 6 o'clock, and we're hoping they were going to last till 6 o'clock tonight. That's not going to happen because it's 9:45 in the morning. So if you'd like to give for this, we're on extended delivery. We made some calls. We managed to get some stock back, but 3/4 of the extended stock has gone. Now, that means you wait an extra 7 days, same item number as last time, same price, same everything. You just wait an extra week for it delivered to your door, so please bear that in mind. All you pay today is still on FlexiBuy, £19.97. So if you'd like to give for these, it's those 4 plates. We've seen how much you can do with one. How many can you do with 2, 3, 4 plates, and you get 20 sheets of the parchment there too. So if you'd like to go for this, I would recommend getting it this hour to avoid disappointment. You are saving £12 as well, of course. Thank you, Linda.
That's okay. I've done a little bit of embossing there now. That's probably maybe a little bit too much for a first emboss, but I want you to be able to see that probably would be 2 layers.
Okay.
But I just want you to see that how it progresses. So I'll do a little bit more on that one now. But you can see how the outline, I'm starting to lose the outline. Okay? Can you see it? It's starting to fade. So if I go in now with a 4.5mm ball tool.
By the way, it's important to let it rest in between.
Definitely, yeah. I actually have about 4 or 5 projects going per week, and what I do with mine is I'll emboss it and then I'll leave it until the next day, and by the end of the week then I've got a finished sample, and I find that it's much nicer that way. I always get better results when I do it that way. If I rush it, it never looks as good. So it's a press and a flick, and I'm actually flicking the tool off the parchment as I press. And I've embossed the little dots in the middle with a smaller tool. So can you see now if you look at that one, you can see the outline is going.
It does. It looks really natural, like You've had no help at all. It's just wonderful.
So you start with the largest tool possible and work your way down the tools. The smaller the tool, the whiter the embossing. But if you start with a small tool first because you want white embossing, it's never going to work.
Right, yeah.
All you'll have is stripes.
Okay, stripes, okay.
So, and I find that I can probably get as far as I want to go with a 6mm, a 4.5 and a 3mm.
So it's like your essential 3,
Those are my essential 3 for the white work.
Okay.
For fine work, for lettering and things like that, I use the 1mm and the 0.5mm.
The 0.5.
So I do use the whole range.
It's worth stocking up.
Oh,
so
definitely.
If you're just thinking, where do I begin? We've got a start kit. It actually comes with 2 tools, slightly different to the Pergamano ones, but the Clarity ones, you do get the 2 tools with it, and the double enders, you get size 1 and 2 for your lines, you get 3 and a 4 for your white work, and you do get the plates as well. So there we go. So it's those plates you can see right there. That's starting on the end of the counter. That's your plate mate at the top there. So it's a modular system. So then you can build up your plates from Groovy. You slot them into the plate mate, which is, forgive me for leaning across, it's this one right there. So the one day special, for example, those 4 plates will slot in. It's a wonderful system. It's £49.99. 587104. That's for the starter kit. Oh, and you get parchment sheets there and an inspiration book. So if you're worried like me, you're going to be all the gear, no idea. You do get inspiration that comes with the starter kit. Now, the one day special sold out last night. We're now approaching limited stock of the restock. So once this is gone, that's it. It's gone for now. We can't get any more back at the moment. And you're also getting these 20 sheets of the parchment. You're getting 10 of the sky, like a sky baby blue, and then 10 of the most beautiful warming pink. 20 sheets in total. Nearly limited stock though, folks. So please, if you want to get these now, get them whilst you can. All you pay today for 4 plates, brand new designs, 20 sheets, £19.97. £19.97. Now look at that saving on your screen. £12 saving. 961913. That's good value. So if you're tempted by this, if you flicked on your fancy you go, it's a good time to get it. Whilst it's at a promotional offer of the one day special, it's a good time. It is a good time. Again, if you have any questions for Linda, please email us at studio@hochanda.com. And hopefully we'll be back later on. It's touch and go. So, Linda, so what's the next kind of stage then?
We're going to colour the flowers next.
Okay.
So I'm using the pergoliners.
Oh, well, we've got these ones.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a lot on this out. All shopping on the website. So why do you recommend these pencils?
Well, because they're super quality, and you've got 2 types of pencils in here. You've got the A, which are the aquarelle, the watercolour pencils.
Yes, and we get a full
B,
box, obviously.
Yeah, the B, yeah, we do. I've taken them.
Cheeky. So I see. So
yeah, we got the blendable ones as well, and they work perfectly well together. And the colours in the A pencils, they match the colours in the B. So you can actually use the B pencils on the bottom to form a base, and you can actually paint with the A's on top of them.
So you could go to that length if you want. It's nice to know you've got options as dramatic as that, haven't you?
Yeah.
And it just is like a nice box as well. It's just a nice box. There's the pergoliners details on the... we're going to get them on the screen for you, so bear with us. So it's the 36 pencils in total, so 36. So there we are. Details right there on the side of the screen. So there's 418768, £29.99, 36 pencils, the Pergamano ones. They're smart. This is just smart. It's beautiful.
I used those on the 8 o'clock show last night, and I showed an easy version of painting on the back of the parchment, so that will be on Rewind.
On Rewind, absolutely.
Really
Watch it back.
Yeah, we used the bees as a base, and then we painted on top.
Which is
the traditional way of doing it, but on the front is the way it is a traditional way of doing it. But for a beginner, it's a brilliant way to start on the back, and you still maintain your white lines then on the front of your parchment. And if it's a little bit messy on the back, you never see that messiness on the front.
Because you're looking at the colour through the page,
That's
really,
right,
aren't you?
yes.
Please. We might get your chair sit down, because you may not believe we're actually limited stock now. Limited stock of the restock. I think it's going to go. Will we be back at 1 o'clock? With this, I can't promise anything at the moment now. So limited stock. Once it's gone, what I do know is it is gone for now. So there won't be another extended delivery. So this is honestly it now. So saving £12, £39.94, 961913. So thank you very much. Limited stock for that.
I think I better do some more.
Oh no, it's pretty on edge here, aren't we, Linda? So do you know, look, it's a beautiful colour. It's nice watching just right from the start. You know, it's brilliant.
So we've got our white areas. Okay, so I'm going to colour now. on the back. I'm not going to do any colouring on the front, I'm going to colour on the back. So we've got our embossed parts, and all I'm going to colour are I've embossed the inner ones, and all I'm going to colour are the outer ones. Okay? Yeah? And I'm going to colour the leaves as well.
Technically, it has sold out now, so well done if you've got yours. And where did that come from? It's just 1 minute, 1 minute relaxed, aren't we, Linda? And then we've had a busy end of the show. Well, so we've still got just over 5 minutes left. So it's now sold out. So well done if you got yours. It sold out last night. The extended stock has now literally just gone. So well done if you got yours. It's been busy. Hashtag awkward.
Shall I carry on with this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because we're looking at the pencils as well.
Yeah.
So if you like the pencils, that's what we're showcasing right now.
And the dorso oil, which you love.
I do. They come with the crayons, don't they? That dorso oil.
The dorso oil comes with the
pastels.
Dorso crayons.
Fill it in. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. There we go. There we go.
Yeah,
we used the crayons.
Yeah, we used those yesterday on the show. Yeah.
So we get both tins. That's lovely.
So they blend. You can blend those with the dorso oils. It's in the same way that you can blend the B pencils from the pergoliners. So it's just a different way of doing it.
So the dorso oil is good for the pencils and these.
Yes, and they're great for big areas, large areas.
I see.
Parchment.
And
colour a whole sheet of parchment.
With the pencils
with those, yes.
So the dorso oil, so it comes with these pastels, if you like. Okay.
So I've got my dorso oil in a little jam pot. Okay.
Right. They're the sort of pots you get from hotels.
Yeah, it's a spot on
pointless amount of jams. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. So I find that I can control the amount that goes on my blending stump by just putting it on a sponge. It's easier than just tipping it out to the bottle.
Right. Okay. Lovely.
So, right. So I'm just going to colour these areas here, because I've put some embossing on the outer petals as well, so it's just those central areas that I'm going to colour, and I've got a cut and dry nib, but any blending nib will do. So you just blend it in.
It does blend effortlessly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's really lovely.
That's absolutely effortless.
Yeah. It intensifies the colour as well.
So what's it? It breaks down what, the binder, is it then, I suppose?
It must do, Charlie.
We just know it works, don't we?
Yeah, we need to know.
Do you know what we just need to know it works, and we can see that right now. It's delightful.
So I'm going to blend it in. I'm going to sort of distribute it a little bit and make sure that it's dry, because it can be a little bit patchy if you don't then rub it over. I'm just going to pull it out a little bit into the white. You won't see it, but it'll look less patchy.
Just under 3 minutes on the show, just to let you know, Lynn.
Okay. Well, I've got some perforating and cutting. I'm going to take a pattern from the needle toolbox, so maybe we can do that in the next show.
We could do, couldn't we? We could. I'm sure we could, actually. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because you've got your book on the show, absolutely crammed full of advice when it comes to cutting the piercing part. That's what it's called, pico cutting.
So there we are. You can see a little bit of colour there. You can put more if you want, or you can put a little bit more of the white embossing. And what I did then was I used a very, very sharp pencil. So you've got to make sure it's really, really sharp. And I just added a little bit of the darkness there to separate. Just to
give that depth.
A little bit of a press and a flick away from you again. And ever so lightly. I'm not pressing hard because I want to maintain the sharp point on my pencil. So that then lifts the little white flower in front. It lifts it up. Can you see that it just gives it a little bit of depth?
Just separates it even more.
Yeah. And then I put I've got a sparkle pen.
Lovely.
A little bit of colour on there, a little bit of yellow on the front. And these pencils dissolve beautifully with a sparkle pen as well. Yeah.
So we can take the sparkle pen,
You can, yeah.
You don't want to saturate it, of course, but you can take that.
Well, I find a parchment doesn't like water, but it seems to tolerate the sparkle pen.
So mine of its own.
I don't know what the binder is in that, but it definitely not water.
Yeah, but it works. That's all we need to know.
Yeah.
That's absolutely magnificent.
Thank you.
Shall I look at the finished colour as well?
There we are.
So that's what I'm for. Do you hold that up? That's beautiful. Isn't that nice? It's stunning, isn't it? And it just reminds us, you're happy for us to make and sell with the
of course, yes.
one special which has sold
yes.
down. If you would like to go for these pencils, by the way, we've got less than a minute left on this show. £29.99. So you're getting 36 pencils, 20 of the aquarelle and 16 of the basic, all in one tin. Well, box, I should say. It's 418768. Now, if you'd like to go for that oil, just to recap for you, it comes with these pastels, which you said are good for doing larger areas.
Good for doing larger areas.
Or tissue as well. Would you say?
Yeah. Oh, you can actually get some DOS oil on your nibs and just take it off.
Just take it off there. And you're painting, really, aren't you now?
Yeah, painting with your nibs. Yeah.
John, it's been lovely working with you at the end of the show. It's been great fun. We'll see you at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
We'll work out something to do.
Yeah,
you do good tap dancing and joke making, don't you? As well, so we'll do something. Linda, thanks very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for your company. Busy show. I'll be back at 11 o'clock with Craft Price Drop, but Dave Bradford's here after the break.
Bye.
We've got Stampenders after the break now, and then, oh, if you haven't seen this, it's the Brusho Bites in the Garden. Honestly, it is sensational to watch. We've got Joy Crafts after that, but join me on craftpriceup.com at 11. See you then. Hochanda will again be supporting the Crafting at Ali Pali event on the 7th and 8th of April. Join us to watch demonstrations from Leone, take part in our famous Hochanda Tombola, and also take the opportunity to meet and chat with members of the Hochanda team in the Great Hall of Alexandra Palace. All of your favourite guest experts will be there, including Sue Wilson, Phil Martin, Lisa Horton and Julia Watts from the Creative Expressions team, Barbara Gray and Paul Church from Clouty Stamp, Bev from Be Crafty and many more. So, don't forget to order your ticket for Crafting at Ali Pali online at www.hochanda.com, and we'll see you there.
Hello, I'm Paula Pascual from Tonic Studios. I have been paper crafting for the last 21 years, since I discovered the joy of making my own Christmas cards using papers and cards that I had around and embroidering into them. I started using Tonic products back in 2004 when I got my first guillotine from Tonic Studios. Since then I have been hooked on their products to make sure that I get perfect cutting every single time. I love paper crafting because in a very short amount of time I can create a really beautiful piece of artwork that I'm very proud of, and I can then give it away to my friends and family. I love being on Hochanda because then I get to share all the techniques and tips that I have learned over the years. So join me for my Tonic shows on Hochanda.
This fantastic pack of versatile, high-quality 280 GSM A4 cardstock is ideal for all your paper crafting needs. With 40 sheets, you'll have more than enough to explore and experiment with this great crafting resource. To stock up now, check out www.hochanda.com.
Hello, good morning. Thanks ever so much to Charlie and to Linda. Linda's back at 1 o'clock, and welcome to a brand new, I say a brand new show. It's a show actually it's not been on air for a while because Stampenders haven't been with us for a little while. Maggie's with us, good to see you.
Yes, good to be back. Yeah, all cool, good.
Excellent.
Really excited to bring you Stampenders because they're such a fabulous range.
Yeah, and last time they were here, they were really, really popular. They haven't been available in the UK readily for quite a while, so we've got them back today. And we've got basically, Fran is the owner of the company,
yes,
isn't she?
She is, yeah. And then she uses a few other designers who bring out their own range of stamps. For example, Laurel Birch, Ellen Jackery, who does House Mouse, Andy Skinner. We've got some of those as well. So it's really exciting. We've got a real mix of all of them, and I think you'll really, really enjoy them.
We've got all three artists' work in stamp form here for you today. Now, Laurel Birch, to start off with, let's have a little look at the stamps that we got from her.
These are Franz.
Sorry, these are Franz. These are Franz, this one. The Laurels are the next ones. So these are Franz, the owner of the companies. And they are huge stamps, as you can see. Gorgeous quality. This is going to be particularly a favourite, I'm sure, for lots of people watching today. The pocket watches, the kind of time flies sort of theme. Only £16.99, and it's a lovely 6x6 cling rubber stamp, isn't it?
It is. It's got really detailed fine line image. It's on an 1/8 of an inch foam pad, so it means you can stamp them easily on flat surfaces or uneven surfaces. Perfect for mixed media, and also they're easily repeatable.
Yeah.
So if you look, I did a piece of rice paper here.
Oh, right.
And that's just stamped together like that. And then you can colour it in your own designs, then put it on a 3D project, whatever you fancy, really.
Well, already 10% of the stock has gone.
Now, look at this. This is Rosemary who's made this. She was challenged to make a penny farthing. Her husband challenged her. And that is just such a fabulous idea. Isn't it clever?
Yeah.
She's just so ingenious. Thank you, Rosemary. It's brilliant.
And look at this one with glossy accents over the top as well.
Yes, that's a Rosemary one again.
Love it.
And then there's another one here, incorporating the clocks as a background using detail embossing powder and then shrink plastic.
Beautiful.
So we've just given you a few ideas because really there's loads you can do with them. And I think also the pattern's repeatable, as you can see, so they're really, really good quality.
Well, it's flying already. I'm not at all surprised. We've got queues on the phones. Lots of you are shopping ahead of us, looking for Andy's stamps, also looking, of course, for Laurel stamps as well, which we'll come to fairly soon. House Mouse is also in the show as well, if you want to check that out.
Yeah,
okay.
House Mouse is really sweet.
So those are the clocks. And the next one we've got for you is, again, Fran's design, and this one is...
Blossom background.
Blossom... We're calling it actually Blossom Scroll. For
Yep.
£16.99. Again, for backgrounds or indeed for stamping into your texture paste and all those sort of mixed media. Already 20% of the stock of this is gone.
I'm not surprised. Perfect for backgrounds, not just mixed media, but we tried with this show, we didn't have any decorative papers to use, so we've tried to just use the background stamps that we've got or brightly coloured papers. So we've got a few examples there just to show you. Using the background stamp there.
Well, it's only £16.99, and if we just show you a few of the cards that have been made with it, I mean, this one in particular, making the background a little bit bolder. Really useful stamp to have.
And then Clever Kay's made a bag here using the...
Love it.
Using the stamp, and she's used the Laurel Birch icons around the edge, which is another stamp coming up. OK, now, well, those are Fran's, so those two are proving really popular straight off, so no mess in there. They're going to probably sell out the way they're going at the moment. 492332 for that one. Then we've got Laurel Birch for you now. That she is the artist, and I love it because it's bright, it's positive, it's cheerful, it's quite kind of 60s in its look and feel, I think. Yeah. And Laurel Birch is the lady who lived in America. She had a form of osteopetrosis. I don't know if that's the same as osteoporosis, but she was quite affected by her condition. But she still managed to paint and create beautiful designs.
If I just turn round...
They're really bright and funky.
Yeah, if I just turn around, you can see a little bit more about her work on the back, and you can see a picture of her as well. So you can see it's all bright and cheerful, really upbeat and positive imagery. But what you're getting here are the stamps, and you're getting the dies to cut out the stamps, and also, as an added bonus, you get down here a stencil as well, so you can actually stencil those shapes over the images that you have stamped out and die cut too. So you're getting a stencil and the dies and the stamps together for £29.99.
It's a really good price, actually.
Very good price.
I think if you look elsewhere, you'll struggle to find that. These are really vibrant, bright, cheerful. Colour them how you want, home decor. You will have seen her images on probably textiles, socks, jumpers, cosmetic bags. That's a little clock, which is going in my craft room afterwards because I love pussycats.
Why not?
But that's incorporating the cat stamp and actually using the flower and leaf stamp as well that's coming down.
Now, we have got also the dog stamp coming up in a second.
We have, yes.
But look at the cats. If you're a cat person, you're in one camp or the other, or maybe you're in both camps. I don't know.
You can colour them with any medium. We've used glitter pen, we've used sparkle pens, we've used alcohol markers, we've used luscious paints, whatever you fancy. They just work so well with it. The images are beautifully stamped, but they're easy to colour.
Yeah, and the dies make it easy to cut out.
And the dies, I must say, the dies cut to the edge, so you don't have a white border.
Right.
Which is really, really nice as well. So that's just something I like. Some people like a white border as well, but they cut really, really finely.
And there again, you're getting the stencil, of course, to cut or to actually ink all those different patterns on the actual body of the cat as well. So that's £29.99 for that one. Now, the next one we've got for you are for your dog lovers, which you're going to absolutely adore these.
You'll love these.
Look at them.
Look at their expressions. They're
faces.
just like, oh, hello, what's going on here?
Absolutely. You've got a poodle type, you've got the sausage type dog there as well. They are great. They really, really are. I don't want to move them too much because they'll probably fall over.
They've got a mind of their own, these dogs, haven't they?
There they are. And you've got, remember, the masks as well. Rather than a stencil, you've got the masks that come with this one.
Now, these are really useful because it means, because you've already got your masks there, it means you can like stack dogs on top of each other without the other one showing behind. So it's really, really useful. And you
to make a 3D image. And then you've got the dies, of course, as well to cut out the characters. And also they're pre-coloured on the die sheet to give you an idea. You can copy those colours or go your own way if you want to.
I forgot to say, if you go onto Stampender's website and go into their tips and techniques, there's actually a downloadable colour chart that Laurel Birch company and family recommend that they use. So if you see things you like that are coloured the way she's coloured them, go onto Stampender's website and you'll see them.
You are adoring this. Approaching 20% of the brand new stock today is gone already.
These are done with brushos.
And they're coming,
I think
brushos
you've
coming
got,
up,
and we've got a demo
hour.
with brushos a bit later, so a look at them. Aren't they sweet? Just look at their expression.
Aren't they great?
So
brushos are coming up in the next hour, I believe.
Yeah.
These are great, aren't they? Really good fun.
We've got a dog.
Ah, brilliant. I love them. Absolutely love them. You're loving them as well. $29.99 for stamps, dies and masks, remember, which means, like Maggie was saying, you can put the dogs in front of each other and create like a 3D scene. So that's that one. Still with Laurel's artwork, the next ones we've got for you are polymer stamps this time.
Yes.
But these are very, very good, beautiful icons that you can see as well. Quite tribal, some of these images,
They
actually.
are. You've got borders, you've got like background elements, and then you've got what I call filler inners. So they're really good for if you do a card and you just have a plain background, you think, oh, I need something else with it. You can just, you could either emboss with them, you could ink them and then colour over the top. There's lots you can do with them. They're really, really versatile. Kay used them on her bag as well.
Quite Aztec.
Very Aztec, very tribal. There are actually some other designs that are coming out that do have tribal elements in them. So.
Great. Well, I love these, and you're loving them as well.
And this one is the one with the hummingbirds. That's another stamp set that we've got that's in on the website. And again, we've used the icons here just to create a border.
Well, $15.99 for all of those stamps. Really handy to have.
Really,
even if you're not
beautiful.
into cats and dogs, these are going to be really useful stamps to have, absolutely. $15.99 the price, 754645. We're busy for that as well. Still staying with Laura's artwork. Laurel. Basically, animals aside, take a little look at these, because if you love your flowers, maybe that's what you've been looking for and wanting. These are the same. You've got your masks to mask off the image, so you can put flowers behind each other without them clashing. You've got the dies here on this side, you've got the stamps on that side, and again also coloured in packaging to give you ideas as to how to colour them if you want to copy it.
And now this one's got the little butterflies on that come with the cats, but all we've done is vibrantly coloured in the flowers, and we've just put it on an embossed background, which is Embossalicious, the hexagon one, and then just layered it up. Gives the glossy accents. That's all you need, really.
Think about making maybe wreaths out of these or something like that. It'd be really, really colourful and cheerful.
What I found was I stamped out all the images and I just sat and coloured for 2 days.
Nice.
Then I cut them all out, and then you can just play. You can just do whatever you want, really. This is the bag, just using the sorry, I'll just turn it around. Just using the flowers there, and that's just a simple thing. And with the
inks?
Fabric inks, stamped with fabric inks. And if you stamp the leaves, you can actually do a border. And when I did the clock originally, I did a complete border of the leaves, and then I thought, no, it's too much. That's why I put the flowers in as well. But you know, don't just think, oh, it's flowers on the road, and they are bright.
And they're all foam backed, and they're printed as well, so they can go straight onto your acrylic blocks, and then you get the dies to cut out what you've stamped, and then you get the masks to create those wonderful effects. So really popular, all of these stamps. Remember, they're brand new to us today. We've had a bit of a drought of stamp enders for how many months?
They were on Hochanda about 15 months ago, but trying to get anything in the UK was virtually impossible.
But now
so
we've got them.
They're brought back now, so we're really pleased to bring them, and I hope you love them because we love them.
Brilliant. Well, that's all Laurel's artwork that we've been showing you in France as well, but there are other stamps from other designers in the show as well. If you want to go for those, give us a call now, or you can, of course, order on the website, which is hochanda.com. But have a little look at some other stamps we've got for you in the show. Here we go. We've got the Happy Messages, 13 stamps here, and this has got Happy Birthday, Hello, Thinking of You, and various fonts as well. A lovely, funky friend stamp in that one as well. So that's 973611 from Stampenders. Then we have our poppies. Our poppy stamps are also available in the show. Here we go, and these are again a mixture of stamps and dies, and they're again Fran's artwork this time.
Yes, and mask as well.
Okay.
Yep.
You get masked with that one as well. And that's in $29.99. 009366 is your item number there. Then we have our hummingbird from Fran's artwork. Again, you get masks with this one too.
You do. These are absolutely beautiful stamps.
They are gorgeous.
The hummingbirds alone on their own are lovely. I've done a couple of classes with those and they've been really, really popular.
They've gone down well,
Yeah,
so
very well.
I'm sure they're going to be very popular and very busy on
And
the
they're a
phones.
good size as well.
Yeah.
So.
605017 is that item number. And we have our crane flower for you, and here it comes. The cone flower, so not crane flower, cone flower, $29.99, and that again is a mixture of stamps and the dies to cut out what the stamps have stamped, and also masks included.
Yes,
as well.
and you've actually got 3 extra dies which you can cut the cones out from, so you get more dimension.
Oh, no, we've also got Andy Skinner's stamps for you in the show. Now, these are going to be very, very busy and popular. Very popular already, actually. Only $12.99 for this set of stamps. 30%'s already gone. And you've got your fossils and your fish on this one, and that's 968264. And then we have also our house mouse in the show, which we've not seen for a while. And this is the Puddle Jumpers. And it's all on one stamp, but of course the characters you can actually cut out if you want to. $9.99 is the price for that one. Very good value for that one, 166276. Then we have the Kitty Bounce, again, from House Mouse. Are they jumping on the cat's belly?
Yes, they are
it.
going boing, boing.
Very funny. £9.99 for Kitty Bounce. I reckon that's going to be a very popular one.
Yes.
2 more to show you, then we've done it. There we've got the dog ride.
Yeah.
I like
And
that.
that's really sweet, waving the bone in front so the dog takes them where they want to go.
Brilliant. $9.99 for that one. And then we have one more, which is our birthday mischief. And that's confetti fun with that one as well. $14.99 gets you both of those, and that's 959121. Okay, well, we're busy for everything. We've got, remember, House Mouse, we've got Andy Skinner, we've got Franz, of course, and also we've got Laurels as well. So all those different designers, all that artwork in stamp form from Stampendous. Busy on the phones. Use the website if you can at hochanda.com. Right, Maggie, what are we doing first?
Right, OK, what we're going to do first, we're just going to do a very simple card using the one of the Laurel Birch cats.
OK. Oh, by the way, while I remember, we've actually got our fantastic chunky impression embossing enamels back by popular demand, haven't we, as well?
Yeah. Now, these are fabulous. These are what are called deep impression chunky enamels, and it means you can sprinkle them on top, heat from underneath, and you get really fabulous effects here.
And these are all a pick and mix. You can choose any two that you want, any
really
two colours you want.
price as well. And what I've done on here, I've stamped with normal detailed embossing powder at the top.
Yeah.
These are Andy Skinner stamps, by the way. And then at the bottom, I've just done the deep impression one. So it shows that you can stamp with them as well. You won't get such a defined image, but you'll get more of a flattened mixed media image, really.
Yeah.
And then that's using them, that's just sprinkling them on top, heating them from underneath, and using them for decorative features on your card. Oh, right. Now, you can, because you don't use Versamark with them, you don't fix them in place, you just sprinkle them on. Obviously, I did with the stamps. Yeah. But some people say you can actually heat from the top. If you heat your paper first, then sprinkle it, and then very, very gently go down, you'll get the same effect, and your embossing enamel won't blow away.
Right.
But you have to practice with that. But I do that if I make a card and I think, oh, I wish I'd put some of that on, and I've already stuck it.
Right.
So it does work.
Well, that's available pick and mix, any two for $11.99, and it's not been in stock for a while. So if you want to stock up on it, now's the time to do it. And it's all very granular and chunky and lovely.
It is. It is. In fact, shall I just show you, because I think.
Oh, why not? Yeah.
Shall I just show you on the back here? When you want to take some, you can see it's quite granular. So I find it easier to sprinkle it on the card like that. So that's sprinkled on, there's no fixative on there at all. And then we're just going to heat it from underneath. And again, it depends on the heat of your heat gun as well. Obviously, don't keep it in one place because it'll.
So you've got the option. You can use it with your.
You can use it with your inks.
or use it freeform like this.
Or use it freeform. You have to use it free. Now, can you see it's starting to go like little? Okay, now that's quite hot. If you didn't want it to be all like smooth circles like that, you could just heat it a little bit, and it would stick on. So.
Now, I've had an email from Becky as well. Hello, Becky. Thanks for getting in touch. She wants to know about the angel policy on any of the stamps. Right.
Okay. Stampendous is an angel company, so you can make cards, sell your images, but what you must not do is stamp a blank image and sell it at all like that. With house mouse designs and laurel birch, again, they must be hand stamped, hand coloured, done yourself, and they would appreciate it if somewhere you could put that the line art was from Ellen Jackery House Mouse Designs or Laurel Birch.
Right, great.
So it's just courtesy, isn't it? Because you're using their product. But you cannot sell blank stamped images under any circumstances.
Now, I've just been handed the Andy Skinner stamps. They are proving really popular. They're going very fast. So if you want these, over a third of the stock has gone on those.
I'm not surprised.
I'll let you get on with your demo now. I'll be quiet.
Right. Sorry, I interfered, and I've just put my bit of... where did I put my bit of card down? Okay, no worries. Here it is. We'll use this side. Right. Okay. Now, I've already coloured in all my cats.
Yeah.
As I say, I just sat and coloured them in. I die cut them, and then I went round the edge just to give a bit more definition with black to make the image pop a bit more. I just used a black pen, and I do that from when I make albums and things like that. I usually put black. It helps the image to pop. Okay. Then I wanted to put a border on here. So
2 minute queues on the phones. That's how popular these stamps are.
I'm not surprised, because I'm so pleased that you like them, but I was so excited when we said Stampendous. It was like, yeah,
brilliant. They've come back.
Yes. Well, they're a very well-known company, so.
Now, the website never has a queue, hochanda.com. That's the way to avoid the queue on the phones. Otherwise, it's only 2 minutes of your life, but better to not be in a queue than in a queue.
It is. Right, I've just dusted that down, and I'm going to stick my icon stamps down because I'm going to emboss them. That's one there. And these are easy to line up. So if you wanted to do a whole continual strip, they're easy to line up because the pattern's designed to make it easy to do that. Sometimes you have stamps that have an end on them, and then it's difficult to line them up.
Right. Using the stamping platform?
I am using the stamping platform, and you can see I've put little notices here to make sure I've got it the right way round, because sometimes I'm stamping and I'm thinking, why is it not working? And I haven't turned the top round.
And it's happened to all of us.
Yeah. And it's very annoying. Let's go back in. Right, my paper's a bit wobbly because I had them embossing powder. Right, we'll put that one out of the way. And then we're going to use detail embossing powder.
So this is different to the
this is different to the chunky one.
Right.
I'll be doing demonstrations showing you how to use that. Well, I've just done you a quick demo, but just how it adds a difference to your cards.
So this is the detail embossing powder. You'll find this on the website as well?
I don't know if it's on yet. It may not be yet.
Well, if we haven't got this one, you'll find other embossing powders.
You will find one.
Yeah.
Actually, can I give you that, Dave?
Sure.
Is that okay? Thank you. I didn't want to heat that and melt it in the pot.
Now, if you want the Andy Skinner stamps that are in the show, you're going to have to be pretty quick. 60% of the stock is gone. And remember, these have got the kind of reptile and fossil theme going on, which is really lovely. So if you want those, they're on the bottom. They're only $12.99, and they're brand new today, and they're going quickly. So.
You can make a mould from, well, you can make a mould from most stamps, but Kay made a lovely mould of the fish. And then I filled it with the chunky embossing enamel, and that worked really well. So, right, so that's our icons there. And then I'm just going to take the stencil, which is here. I'm going to pick something from my background, and I'm going to use Distress Oxide.
And this stencil sheet comes with the cats. Yeah.
Yep, so I think we'll just have some squares here. We'll just go through. And obviously, because it's Distress Oxide, we'll have some circles as well. It's going to show up.
Half stock of the cat's gone.
Oh, pussycats.
In 20 minutes. Wow. We've got 2 shows.
Oh.
Or maybe we won't.
Maybe we won't. Well, I'm just pleased that everybody's loving them as much as we love them. The design team had a fab time with them. And it's just, as I say, it's so nice to have them back in the country.
Absolutely.
So there you can see it's just given a little bit of, instead of a plain background now, you've got your icon stamps and you've got your distress oxides there.
So although those masks are the same size and shape as the cats to give the cats decoration, you can use them in any way, can't you?
Yes,
really? It's
yeah.
background.
I mean, these cats are actually stamped on anyway, but you can use them for backgrounds. And don't just think that these stamps are perfect for you could even be a heathen and snip them so you've got different things, but I don't think I'm quite brave enough for that yet. And as I say, if you like colouring, or it's like a day-to-day and you think, what am I going to do? Stamp a load of images out, just sit and colour them in. You can use any medium because they all work really well with any medium to colour them in. And then...
what was it you used, alcohol pens? Or?
I used alcohol markers, but I've used distress markers. I've used sparkle pens are really, really good. If you just put a bit of the sparkle colour on and pull the colour out. Sparkle pens.
Your aquas, Spectrum aquas, you can use those.
Aquas, brushos. If you look, there's one of the dogs that's done with brushos there. That one that's sort of like, there's a profiterole of dogs this time instead of the ribbons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's done with brushos.
And brushos coming up in the next hour, remember, at 11 o'clock. That is a great, great card, isn't it?
Isn't it lovely? So.
And that's where the masks come in really handy, because one's stood on top of the other, on the shoulders of the other, and so on.
It just all makes it so much easier, whereas before, I know we've got dies with them, but before you had to cut them out, didn't you? Or had to take time cutting them out.
Andy Skinner's stamps, limited stock.
Not surprised.
If you want them, if you've never met Andy before, or if you're thinking, I think I know his name, I don't. There he is. Instantly recognisable. Hi Andy, if you're watching. Yeah, they're loving your stamps, so if you want them, be quick. They're not going to be in the show later unless we can get some more stock, which I don't know anything about. So £12.99, but be quick if you want them. Excellent.
Lovely, aren't they? Right, and that's the finished card just there.
There we go. Nice, quick and simple one, but using our main cat theme, of course. The cats with the stamps and the dies and the masks, or stencil, sorry, come included. That is £29.99 if you'd like it, 735203. But we also used, of course, our fantastic icons that we've got there as well. So you've got the borders there, and you've got your swirls and triangles and so on. Quite tribal, as we said before, almost kind of tattoo-ish, some of them.
Yeah.
And they are... How much were they? Those ones,
13.99.
the icons, they were £15.99. So, yeah, they're still available, but they're proving popular if you want to get hold of those.
Lots you can do with those as well. So.
Now, the hummingbirds, let's remind you of some other things, and we'll come on to another demo with Maggie in a tick. The hummingbirds are still available if you want those, and they come with the die, as well as, of course, the stamps, and you also get the masks with those as well.
You get the masks for the 2 hummingbirds and the trumpet-shaped flower and the other flower.
Yeah.
You don't get a mask for the vine, and you don't get a die for the vine. So the dies are the 2 hummingbirds, a little flower and a trumpet flower.
Brilliant. £29.99 if you want that one. That's proving popular as well. That's Fran's original artwork. Yes. Then we've got, of course, the house mouse, which everyone adores and loves. This one is the kitty bounce. So in other words, the mice are just having, well, treating the kitty's stomach as like a trampoline. Really funny. £9.99 that one, and that's 248316. And then we've got our happy birthday messages and so on. There we are, always handy to have these in as many fonts as possible. You've also got other things like hello, thank you, thinking of you, missing you, my friend, hello, happy birthday, all in different fonts as well. So nice and refreshing. £15.99, 973 611, your item number. And just to kind of go back to Maggie, I'll work our way down the counter the other way. Let's show you some more of Laurel's artwork that we talked about before. And if you've not seen Laurel before, if I just show you again. Here she is at work. Well, there she was at work. And you can see how she's painted in these animals and so on. The colours are vibrant, they're bright, they're beautiful, very uplifting and cheerful. Now, this has proved to be very popular. 30%, is it? 30%'s gone on the flowers. So if you love your flowers, then give us a call for these right now. You've got your dies. You've also got the stamps, of course, exactly the same size as the dies. And don't forget, you get your masks. So if you want to create a really 3D collage of multicoloured flowers, you've got that option to mask them off. And that's totally reusable. So that's included too. £29.99, 924534. The icons, let's give you the item number for those if you want them. We used them, or Maggie did in the demo a minute ago. 13 stamps in there, and you've got triangles, squares, kind of a Greek key, that one. You've then got your swirls and your borders as well. £15.99. Again, that's Laurel's artwork, and that's 754645. Still with Laurel, we've got our dogs next. Dogs and cats, they're both kind of almost neck and neck in popularity. Very, very busy for these. They are adorable characters. Look at the, you know, there's no rules about what colour wig they're going to have, or hair they're going to have, or fur they're going to have. You can really go to town and make them really psychedelic if you want to. You've got 2, 4, 5 of the rubber stamps that are foam backed. You've then got 5 of the dies to cut them out, and you then have 5 of the masks, which are just down there. Approaching half the stock of the Dogs Gone in less than half an hour, so that's probably not going to make it through the show the way it's going at the moment. Cats are next. That's a similar sort of, oh actually no, 2/3 now of the cats have gone. They've taken over, they're in the lead. If you want the cats and you love bright colours, this is perfect for you. Pardon the pun. You've got the dies, you've got the stamps, and you've also got some butterflies on there. And this time you don't get masks, but you actually get the stencil, which is difficult to see because it's clear. But that's what we used with Maggie in the demonstration a few minutes ago. So you can use those as backgrounds, but also they are exactly the right shape to go over the images that you've die cut out. Fab. £29.99, and lots of colouring ideas for the cats as well on the packaging. If I just turn that round so you can see the back. There we go. Again, you can see Laurel, and you can see lots of other ideas that she had, how to use them. So now available in stamp form, her artwork, which is lovely. £29.99 gets you the lot. And then we have our 6x6 stamps as well. Now, these are Fran, the owner of the company's artwork. These are the scroll and the blossom, OK? Approaching half the stock of this is gone in half an hour. Again, perfect for your backgrounds, but again, if there are certain elements that you want to take from it, you can do. Beautifully detailed, foam-backed to go onto a stamping platform or onto an acrylic block, or you can use them freehand if you want to as well, without the blocks. And then the other one, the first one that we started with, is the clock collage. So these are all your pocket watches. Really lovely and proving very popular as well. Love the crackle background. 30% of that has gone. We only showed it to you literally for a few seconds at the beginning of the preview. Approaching 40% now gone on our rubber stamp clock collage. 764-201. Now, the Andy Skinner stamps, we've got it back on extended delivery, but it has sold out for immediate delivery. It will be dispatched in 3 days, OK? So if you want them, you can still get them. They'll be dispatched, so it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So on Thursday, they'll be on their way, so not long to wait at all. 968-264 for Andy's stamps. Excellent.
OK.
It's going well.
Good.
Busy.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? That's fun, that's fun. I'm glad everybody's enjoying them.
They're loving it.
So we're going to use the blossom scroll for a background, and we're going to use the poppy stamps as well.
Right.
So, right, first of all, we're going to make the background here. So this is for our poppies. I'm going to use some brush hose, so just spritz a bit. And I like to weigh my card down a little bit with a...
Now remember, brush hose is coming up in the next hour as well. And we're using a little bit of them in this show as well. They are great fun to use. Just a little bit is all you need.
It is.
Have you ever had to replace your brush hose pots?
No.
No. I thought you might say that, because they last for ages.
Because as well, you haven't opened them and you've just got the little hole in them, so if you drop them, I do tend to drop quite a lot of things. Okay.
Well, you do, and I know Leslie Wharton does this as well. Just put a little pin in the top of the pot.
Yeah.
Because then, of course, you need so little, it seems a waste to open up the lid.
It does, and also, as I say, I do tend to drop them sometimes. So just going to dry this.
Minute and a half queues. Sorry. Website is the way. And do you know what? That background, if you try to replicate that and do that again, you couldn't. Never in a million years.
If you look there, you'll see different ones that I've made.
All using brush hose, but each one different.
Each one different. Some of them I put less water on, some I put more on. So
great, aren't they?
They are, they're fab. Okay.
And what sort of paper or cardstock do you use?
This is watercolour,
right.
yeah. So, and I like quite a fine watercolour. I usually tend to use hot pressed,
yep.
which is expensive, but I like the effect you get from it. Okay, so that's dry. And then I've turned my stamp round. Just give it a little wipe. That's not the right stamp.
That was one of our flower stamps.
Yeah, that's not the one we want. We're using the poppies.
We're using the poppies. Now, the poppies, we've got details of the poppies if you want them. They will come with the foam already on the back and also the dies to cut them out.
These are lovely as well. They come with 2 big poppies, some buds, and a vase as well.
And do you get masks with those as well?
You get masks for the flowers, and you do for all of it, so that's good. Put those there. And decide where I want the deep red. I think I'm going to have it there. And that's the beauty of a stamp platform, although you could do it with your, you know, with your acrylic block if that's what you've got. You don't have to have a stamp platform, do you? But it's handy to have if you've got it.
Well, everyone I know that's got one loves it completely.
You save so much cardstock.
Oh, do you? What's the...
You don't waste it, because you know when you, before sometimes if you didn't get it quite right and you stamped it and it didn't go completely
you end up throwing it away and then starting again,
I'm getting really frustrated. And it's usually when you're tired and that's when you make mistakes. Can I give you that?
Yep.
Is that okay?
So this is again fine black enamel powder.
Detail one.
Yep. Now this is the detail in embossing powder. If you want the chunky, which we've got, remember, back in stock today, that's on the screen now. So this is a different type of embossing powder we're using. The chunky one is $11.99. Pick any 2 colours, and the colours that we have available are white, black, silver and gold.
Yeah, and they're fabulous. And then you can see that's quite effective.
It's very effective, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then you can die cut them out. I'm just going to look for... Oh, I was very organised and I don't know where I've put my background stamp. I'll do it with clocks instead. Okay, right. I'll do it with the clocks, but I was going to do it with them. So a bit of vintage photo. This is the clocks background stamp.
Lovely. I do like a good pocket watch. I love them.
Yeah. When my boys were little, they used to like pocket watches too.
Everybody says now, because I like wearing waistcoats, I was like, you've got to get
you
a pocket
should
watch.
have one, yeah, definitely. One. And these stamps are so well mounted on the phone that, you know, you can do... Okay, and then I think what I'll do is I'll just take... Just pull the colour out a little bit.
Like it.
This is just normal distress inks, but if you're quick and you don't put too much water on...
It's a nice effect.
You can pull the colour out.
3.5-minute queues still. They're just getting bigger and bigger. The more demos you're seeing, the more stamps you're seeing, the more you're getting on the phones.
So you can soften the image as much or as little as you want.
Now the cat stamps with the dies, 80% gone. That's going to be another early sellout, I think. If you want the cats, please be quick for those. The website's always the best way to avoid the queue, and the dogs aren't far behind, but the cats are going to sell out first.
The dogs are chasing the cats.
They are.
As it should be. Sorry. OK, so we've dried that, and we'll just put a little bit of ink around the edge.
That's an unusual technique you just showed us there. I've not seen
that
before.
Pulling out the distress, yeah. I know, I did it last time, and I heard them say, oh, it'll wash all the colour off, but it doesn't.
No.
So...
Just gives like a faded background.
Yeah, actually, when I first did it, I should have used distress oxides, and I didn't. And I thought, oh, well, I like the effect of this.
Yeah.
Oops, that's a bit too much. My paper's still dry. Just sand the edges gently. Not as rigorous as I'm doing it here, because my paper is still a bit wet. There, that's better. Again, it just gives a little bit of different definition to the paper. Right, okay. And I have actually die cut out my flowers already because I thought it would save time. So I used a previous brush thing, and I just die cut them out. I think I did 4, and I did the leaves as well. And these are all done with brushos, and then you just repeat the technique. You stamp them onto the, and then that's the clock background.
Yep.
And this is the background I created with the scroll.
With this, yeah, the
Yep.
scroll. What was it called? Blossom scroll.
Blossom
Yeah.
scroll. Yeah.
Now, Andy's stamps, by the way, that sold out for immediate delivery. It's only 3-day extended delivery, and 20% of that's gone, so they'll be dispatched to you from Thursday, so you should get them by the weekend, hopefully, fingers crossed, or very near to it.
You'll absolutely love them when you get them. So, which one should we do?
I like the clock one.
Yeah, we'll do the clock one. Okay, right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp. Right. Taking my chunky silver, I think, no, chunky gold, okay. Just going to sprinkle this on here.
So you can use this with an ink or like a VersaFine or whatever, but you can use it freeform, which you wouldn't do with other embossing powders, really, would you?
You wouldn't, because you could heat them from the back. I have tried it, but you won't get the like the rounded bubble effect.
This makes it look like you've been prospecting for gold, like you've got like little bits of gold in a gold pan or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, my heat gun's just died, so we'll try this one.
Good job you got a backup.
It was, wasn't it? That's impressive. I don't normally have 2. Actually, this one is a slower one. It has more intense heat, but the what do you call it? The air shooting out isn't as
It's very quiet though.
It is quiet. So in a minute you'll start to see it change. It does take longer because obviously you're doing it from behind, but I can see that some of it is starting to stick already. And if that's the case, then you can go in from on top where it's stuck. But as you can see, it's moving, so go back. And just be patient.
And try and keep a steady hand.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'll be decorated in embossing powder.
Not for the first time.
Yeah. It does take time. Just be patient.
Oh, here it goes. I can see it going now.
It's starting to go now.
It's starting to go shiny.
The heat gun's got up to temperature as well.
Now, the clock stamp that we used to make that background that Maggie used, over half the stock of that's gone. Now we're using it in the demo. You're loving the look of it. And you can cut those clocks out if you want to, make them 3D.
You can make a penny farthing like Rosemary did.
Have them at different heights. Put gloss on them if you want to, glossy accents.
Just cut one clock out and have it at the corner of a page as you're turning it. And because there's some beautiful sentiments out there or sayings that you can find that go with them perfectly as well.
Yeah.
So sorry, this is taking a while, but it's you've just got to be patient.
It's looking good though.
Yeah, I'm burning my fingers, but don't worry about a thing.
Things we do for our art.
I know, you can use clothes pegs and things, can't you?
Yeah. Or tweezers.
Oh yeah, tweezers is a good idea. Oh. It's going to ping in a minute and it's going to go all over you.
What would happen though if you did that from the top? Because that's a kind of a... It's not so ferocious.
It's starting, can you see now? It's starting to go. Okay. So it's not, but it's still loose, you can see that. So if we just start at the top, this is what I was talking about, yeah, start at the top. Just take your time and go down slowly. And you should really do it on a heat-proof, craft mat. Can you see it's starting to move a little bit? So if it starts to move a little bit, go back.
That looks like little gold pieces.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, that's fixed now, so you should be able to go more in. But obviously don't go too close because you can burn the gold, so it won't be as shiny.
Now our potty cats are limited stock. If you would like them, there's less than 10% remaining. That is all we have. And remember, they are new from Stampenders. They are by Laurel Birch. She's the artist. And those are the black and white cats. But obviously there's loads and loads of potential for colouring these in. And you get the butterflies as well. And if I just turn it around, you can see just how much colour Laurel uses on her artwork. And you can, of course, copy that if you wanted to, or choose your own favourite colours. But they're great. But they are now... Was it limited stock, did we say? Yeah, limited stock. $29.99 gets you the dies, it gets you the masks, and it gets you the stamps as well. 735203. And these are all rubber stamps, OK? Be quick if you want those. And the dogs aren't that far behind.
I'll just curl that over a bit. Give it a bit more. Well, if you tear something, you can stick things on it, like we always say, stick a butterfly on, but think about making a feature of it. Twist your card or do something with it. Okay, and then we're just going to take our flowers.
Shape the petals.
Shape the petals, and because it's on quite a good, firm quality water card, you can really be quite vigorous.
So remember, this is Brushos with black enamel.
Yeah.
And you've got 1, 2, 3. You've got 4 images there, which are you going to lay them on top of each other? Right.
Yeah. We're just going to decide where we want them to go. So.
There we go.
And I like, this is Collal 3D glue. I like to use that one. I don't want to have that one there.
And the poppies, remember, we've got those available as well. They're $29.99. And poppies, to be honest, although we think of them as, you know, like a flower for November time, they're all year round, really, aren't they?
They are, and you can do all different colours now, because you can get all different colours,
yeah, you can.
Can't you?
Now,
like
we will get the
ones.
details for you on the screen fairly soon. Just got to reset our graphics machines. They'll be back on the screen for you soon. But if you want to go to the website, all the information's there, all the website, all the item numbers and prices and so on. Looking good.
That's it. And again, I'm somebody that likes to. I would put sentiment there, but I've put my sentiment stamp somewhere. I'm somebody that likes to have the card coming off the edge. I don't like it completely on. And where I tore it there, I've twisted it. So I'll finish it off. I'll put a sentiment there, just to distress it really, and just make it look a bit
like it.
A bit aged. But the backgrounds are lovely.
Now the cats have gone the same way, I'm afraid, as the earlier sellout. We've sold out of immediate delivery, but we do have 3-day extended delivery available for the cats with the dies and the mask. Okay, so if you want them, you only have to wait until Thursday. That's when they'll be dispatched to you. And all of the Laurel Birch stamps are really popular. It reminds me of the 60s, kind of flower power, all bright and cheerful, very positive. There's the website that's got all of those Laurel Birch stamps and dies. The dogs are still available for immediate delivery. Over 60% of those has gone, though, but if you want the cats, they're now on 3-day extended. The blossoms, they're proving popular at $29.99 as well. They're still available for immediate delivery, though, if you're quick. And Andy Skinner's stamps are still available on extended 3-day delivery, and all the rest of them are still available for for immediate individual delivery. And the house mouse, you're loving those as well. They're going very, very quickly too. In particular, the house mouse, the bouncing on the kitty's stomach, I think is hilarious. And the puddle jumping as well is great. And the hitching a ride on the back of the dog's back, I think is brilliant. So they're great. They really are. All on the website if you want to have a little look, and all the item numbers are there. Just click on what you like, put it in your basket, check out, and we'll get it to you as quickly as we can. Fab.
Okay. I'm going to do something with the dogs now, and I'm just going to show you the sentiment stamp, which I couldn't find earlier, but I was going to use. This is Fran's design, and it's really, really lovely. It's got sentiments with different fonts, but things you can use, different fonts, different sizes, and there's happy birthday, there's hello, hi, hey, friend, thank you, thinking of you, missing you, my friend, hello, and happy birthday.
Great.
And they're premium photopolymer. You can bend them, so you can manipulate them. They're really, really nice. So you can have missing you, my friend, or hello, my friend.
And there's loads of stamps there for that price for $15.99.
Really good price. But when we bring you sentiment stamps, we try and bring you something that you can use for lots of different things. Because sometimes you can have one and you just think, well, can I really use that? Will I only use it once for a special occasion? And the other thing I'd recommend, if you're doing Laurel Birch and you want to do bright colours, dig out your old embossing folders. I had a huge range of Bossilicious ones that I've had for ages, and they work absolutely perfectly with bright colours. the bright images, it just helps things to pop a bit more.
Perfect.
But whatever you've got will be fine, you know, just dig it all out.
Remember, this is the first time we've had Stampendous in probably nearly a year and a half,
yeah,
approximately.
I think September, not September just gone, the one before.
The one before. So if you've been starved of it, and I think the country's been starved of it a little bit, it's now available through us at Hochanda, which is fabulous. And we're having a really busy show, so you've obviously missed it.
Well, I went to see a family in February who live in New York. So I thought, well, I'll do a bit of Stampendous shopping. So I did, and then we ended up doing them, so I was so pleased.
I love New York.
Yes.
Great place.
People are lovely as well.
Yeah.
First time I went, I didn't like it, but that was in the very early 90s, before the mayor cleaned it up. I'm not doing very well with this ribbon, am I? Let's snip a bit off. That's it, that's better.
Lovely. They're two colours I wouldn't have put together, but they work, don't they?
Yeah, and they work as well because you can pick the colours out from the dogs, so you can decide where you want them.
This could easily be a New York pooch.
It could, quite easily, very pampered pooch.
Gone to the parlour, yeah.
Now, if you want this demo that we had, the sample we had, the dog was popping up, balancing. So if you just take a piece of acetate, just cut a little strip.
This one here, you mean?
No, the one with the bright green one.
Ah, that one, yeah.
You see the dog sticking up and it's like wobbling.
Yes.
Just take a piece of acetate and then you can fold it and you can stick it onto the back of your dog and then he'll bounce up.
I love the technique, the dots on the dog.
This is glossy accents. That's the other thing I forgot to say, and how could I, because I'm a glossy accents girl. Bling it all up with glossy accents because it really makes them pop a bit more, and they're very different. And I think if you send somebody a card like this and they've never seen anything like this before, they'll say, where did you get that from?
And maybe there's a person that you like sending cards to that's got certain coloured hair. Well, you can kind of have a little bit of a laugh and make the dog's hair the same colour as that person's, or whatever, if it's something they're known for wearing. And
also, I think these stamps you can get away without having sentiments.
Yeah.
Because they're so bright and cheerful, you can just say, oh yeah.
Well, the dogs, 70% gone, and remember the cats we've got on 3-day extended delivery, so there's still availability, but you have to wait a little bit longer for the cats now than you do for the dogs, and there they are. And the pattern as well, the actual packaging, should I say, has actually been coloured in really, really well. So with the dies, it gives you ideas how to colour them in if you want to kind of copy it, or just do your own thing.
And you can find details on the website as well, Stampendous website. So that's the dogs.
Or maybe you raise money for cat charities, dog charities, then these would be great.
For that.
Perfect for that, yeah.
Just decorating with some buttons.
Do you reckon those dogs like being that colour?
Yes, I do. I'm not sure that one's happy about having a purple face, but you know,
it's been out in the cold too.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just think, oh well, let's go for it. But we did have fun, you know, when you cut the images out, you can stack them up and do all sorts. And again, because
you can make their heads kind of forward of their bodies if you want to. And
because this is a button one, I thought, oh, I'll just put some brightly coloured buttons on. I'll have that one behind his head. And then you can put a little sentiment there if you wanted to.
Love it. That's so cheerful and bright.
That was very quick. So as I'm saying, if you coloured loads of things, you could just sit and you could batch make, do whatever you want to do. But again, very different. The only thing I do now is put some glossy accents on, finish it off.
Absolutely.